where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with El Slack and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Whoa, let's hit explode. Let's hit explode.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
It's a bunch of us.
Good afternoon from down under.
Oh, Happy might be joining us. But as cool as Happy is, what's cooler is we have a Maui sighting. I would give us a little wave if you would.
It's not just a picture; she really is here.
She's real. She's real. We have the Levandan Maui household joining us, and Happy MF. I don't know if you can hear us. Can you? Are you with us?
Nope. Yep, I'm with you.
Oh,
Hey.
he's alive! Look at this. What a fucking full house
I am
we have
here.
Unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is like a Christmas miracle. Like truly. How's everybody doing?
Good. Quite early here. 6:30.
Yeah, it sucks to be up that early, but I'm going to be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm going to feel it tomorrow. Just FYI, I think Blue Rain's going to join us shortly too, so she's pretty keen to chat about this race. She's pretty keen to chat about this race tomorrow and learn a bit more about what she needs to do. So I've been researching the hell out of it the last couple of days. So yeah, let's chat, and I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but I'll share a fair bit.
Yeah. She was an awesome guest to chat with the other day.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch that. I missed the beginning, obviously. I tuned in about halfway through and I missed your start, so I need to go back and watch that. I haven't had a chance yet. Welcome back, Happy. Glad that you're feeling a bit better.
Yeah. No, I wasn't really like sick. I had an abscess, and it was extremely fucking painful.
Painful,
Like,
yeah, would be.
you know, it basically like crippled me.
Would you have
Have
to
you
ask
ever
us that?
experienced any shit like that?
Not
My
me
abscess,
personally.
the abscess was in my ass, man.
Oh my god, I was gonna make a joke about that. And then it came true. You had an abscess
Yeah, no,
in your
it was.
ass.
It is no
True.
joke.
Oh, please tell me more.
Yes. And it's basically because I was sitting on my phone too much on the fucking toilet, and you know, it's a fucking dirty place. So from here on, no more long toilet, no more long dumps in the morning, basically, man.
Well, you gotta stop
You
fingering
know,
your butthole.
and it was
and you won't have
fucking
this
painful
problem.
for like 4 days. I was dealing with it.
I bet. You gotta add lube.
I went to no, that doesn't even help. Not with this shit. I went here like a week ago, and the fucking dude basically put his finger in my ass, said, "You're fine, get the fuck out of here." And
You made his day.
didn't really work out so well for me. And then like 2 days later, I was in the ER. So it was painful, and I am through it.
Well, I'm happy that you made it. Do you feel more like more of a man or
I'm
less?
happy
of
I
a
made
man?
it too. Oh, way less, man. And now my wife is like basically having to, you know, do the aftercare and take care of me. And so I'm ass up in my bed, you know, with my wife basically smearing ointment on me.
What a
And
sponsor.
Down, ass up.
I'm lucky to have a wife that will do that. So
Well, look, since you're sharing such intimate details, I have a butt situation myself.
Wait. yeah,
There we go.
it's I
So,
didn't
man,
have to share all
you want to tell
that shit,
Happy
you know,
about
but I don't really.
a little butt session?
What the fuck? Huh?
All right, I'll be back next week. Hey, Mal, how about we go have a chat somewhere else, shall we?
That's not fair. Look, when I was talking to Maui the other day,
You get a special guest on, and you start talking about buttholes. Like, come on.
look, I was talking to Maui the other day, and I said, "Hey, you've heard what we're talking about. You've seen anything?" And she's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. Sometimes I can make LeBam blush." And I was like, "Okay, well, like if that's the conversation we're
Here we
having,
go.
then fantastic.
Public.
Then there should be no problems here."
Yeah, but not everything's public information.
Oh, so we're not talking about assholes today?
How about we move on?
Oh, fine. I'll just tell you later then. We can commiserate with their butt problems later.
Suppositories aren't pleasant.
No, they're not. Anyway, LeBan, tell me all about everything.
Everything about what?
It's 6:30 in the morning. It's cold. You're barely awake. You look like a zombie. You're in the goldsmith's house. Tell me more.
Well, what more is to tell? Maui made me a good cup of coffee this morning.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
that is
that.
awesome.
And I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's the Time Zone Trio cup.
That
With
turns me on a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
With the LeBan logo on the front. Awesome.
Damn,
Yeah, I'll be
man.
posting my address to you and some money, I think, to pay for shipping.
Yeah. You know, I might have to make. And you got a shirt.
the full set today.
Damn.
You know what I love the most about it? No US flag on it.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it was the cap. They brag a lot about their flag, but we had to tone that a little bit down.
Yeah, I saw it was in the cap. I'm like, yeah, give them the cap. They get second fiddle for once, for the first time in their life.
Look, you guys can be the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I lost it. I had a word, but I forgot what it is. Anywho, yeah, you guys are the champions. I'm just fucking the sideshow. You're like the Tom Petty and I'm your heartbreakers.
What?
You never heard of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers?
Nope.
What?
I know Tom Petty. I know his music, but no.
They're not
His
from
band
America.
is the heart. Dude, what, give me somebody help me out here. I'm drowning.
Well, let's talk about what we do know about, and that's up.
Can I be your Ringo
What-
Starr?
You want to hear a song?
Or I can be the Yoko Ono to the Beatles? How about that?
I don't know.
Okay. This is fucked. This is completely fucked. Nobody has a good analogy here.
Nope.
Nobody.
I'm waiting for
A good analogy for.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. You guys, you've all failed me at this point. Anyway, Maui, tell me
Oh,
something
no.
good. Can you save this stream, please? Because we're off the rails.
Do you think were we on the rails?
Are you guys ever?
Probably not.
No.
I try. I do try.
Swirly
Yeah.
makes a strong effort to try to
I'm
keep us
keen-
on.
Keen to talk about the city release we've got coming up, which is going to be interesting to say the least. We've got a car race tomorrow. That's something different. And a few other things have happened in the last week. So there's plenty to talk about. And here we are talking about buttholes and support people. I don't know.
Well, then let's move forward.
Let's move forward.
All right,
let's
let's talk
start-
about the city release. Let's talk
Let's
about
go
the
to the city release first. I think, like I said, Blue Rain's going to join us shortly, and I think she's going to talk about this car race tomorrow. So we'll save that for the minute. If people have
Okay.
any questions about that, feel free to start typing them out, because I have done a bit of research, so I've got some thoughts. Best guess. Everything's only a best guess, but best guess on what could help you in the race and stuff like that. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. So the city release first. So you're going to do we're not going to read it. We never do read it. We're not that professional here.
No.
But are you gonna share or anything? Or
Might as well. You know.
I can do it. I'll do it if you want.
Yeah, you do it. You do it. You're better at this than I am. I'll fuck it up with tabs and all kinds of stuff. It'll be bad.
Why is my thing not working? I'm trying to click on present and it's not registering that I'm clicking on it.
That's terrible.
That's weird.
What'd you do?
You guys want me to share it?
Oh no, I know what. No, it had some pop up come up. I didn't realize there was a pop up on my screen.
Tell me we don't want you to share it, Happy. You can't hardly get your camera to work any given day. Heaven
Alright,
forbid
so-
you had
You know what,
do
Joe?
something.
I think I'm gonna get it right now.
I'm just gonna take that away so we don't.
All right.
All right, so we have here are the details. So it's interesting. Like I said, we're not going to read it all. 9 a.m. 23rd. So that's for those in Australia. That's 4 a.m. Christmas morning. So Merry Christmas to us.
I thought we were talking about the road trip thing when Blue
No,
Ring
that's-
gets here.
And Blu-ray. Yeah, this is. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, good catch.
You gotta be good for
Uh,
something.
I thought I clicked on the right one, but it's the one above it. All right, Park City release.
Park City.
So yeah, what's that one? 9 a.m. PT Christmas Eve, aka 4 a.m. Christmas Day for us Australians.
Hold on. So before we go any further, Happy, what do you know about Park City, Utah?
It's a big ski town. You know, I mean, that's basically what it's known for is skiing, and then in the summertime, you got a lot of hiking and mountain biking.
Is
There's
it an
Deer
exciting
Valley,
city in
which
the
is
United
like
States?
one of the major. No, it's a very sleepy little town.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
It's-
Unless you're a snowboarder
You've
or a
got
skier.
5,000 properties. Like this city is going to sell out in the blink of an eye. You're not even going to have a chance to move around or do anything. Like,
So
doesn't
from a non,
it say 5,000?
yeah, no, that's 5,000
Oh, you're right.
total.
It's not even 5,000.
So once you take out all the pass sales and all the other bullshit, it's well under. That's
It's
probably
like
close to half of it.
4,000.
No, it's like 3,000 or probably even less. We got 1,000 pass or city passes, plus you've got all this bundle buy thingy that is for tonight. Or tomorrow morning for you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
So when the city's actually released Christmas morning / Christmas Eve for you guys, you're probably looking at somewhere between 2,500 to 3,000 properties in total. So you're right with the blink of an eye. It will be a blink of the eye. So from a non-American point of view, when I think Park City, like I mean, I like to think that I'm semi sort of educated about different places around the world, but Park City's not a place I've ever heard of in my
That's
history.
because most Americans have never heard of Park City.
So when it was announced, there's so many, iconic cities in America. Like, if you're going to go with an American city, I'd be like, why this one? I don't, So it is
The
what
only
it is.
thing Park City is really known for, it's like one of the world's best places to ski or snowboard. But outside of that, if you don't indulge in that, you could probably care less about Park City, Utah.
Yeah. See, and
Well, I mean, hey, man,
remember,
who knows
too-
about Stockton, California either, or Bakersfield for that matter. It's like you've had a
Gangbanger?
lot of little shitty releases.
yeah, true, very true.
Like it's just another city release in Upland. This one though, it's like, I don't know. I feel like now they're getting to the point to where it's just too few properties being released.
Look,
Like I mean, this isn't even. You're gonna just be lucky to even get 3 properties.
And if you do get 3, I think you could flip it to double, if not triple, in a heartbeat. There's the FOMO for the first 24 hours maybe is going to be pretty high for this, and then in a month's time, no one will give it a second thought, and it'll just be another Stockton or something. Yeah, so I don't think there's too much really to go into this, other than I think it's going to be super hard to mint 3 properties that morning. You might get 3 if you're lucky, but good luck trying to go for a certain collection or something like that if you want to target a certain area. I'm not even going to do research. If I participate, which I probably will, I'm just going to mint wherever my block explorer is and just go from there.
Yeah, it's probably not even worth it because it's going to mint so damn fast. You'll be lucky if you get anything.
Honestly, I think your best bet is to buy each one of these 3 passes, so the low price, the mid price, and the high price, if you can. And again, I've got to get up at 4 a.m. to do that, and then wait for my position in the queue and hope for the best, all that sort of shit. So making it more accessible is not true. It makes it harder to get stuff, but it is what it is. That's probably your best bet to mint 3 properties, but
that goes on sale tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so
register
now, and I think 9 a.m. PT. I think that must all go off. Again, I'm not over. Is there a time up here? Registration's already started, and 23rd at 9 a.m.
Oh fuck, mine! I gotta go.
So it says sale ends at this time, but that'll all be sold out well before then. That'll all sell out. Even the exclusive 92,000 UpX ones, that'll sell out super fast because it's in UpX. If that was a dollars one, maybe like this one here, I think it will still sell out. This one, because they have got these 2. What do you call it?
See you, JP. Have a good night.
So they've got these 2 landmarks that so you got a 1 in 150 chance of a landmark. Not good odds. And I hate the fact that Upland is starting to turn into a gambling game.
What do you mean start to?
Like
it's
always been a pay to win
gambling game.
It's always been pay to win, and I haven't got a problem with the pay to win. But I have a problem with spend $100. You probably you're 99% chance of getting ripped off, but you got a 1% chance of getting lucky. I don't like that model. I'd rather see these just be a fair bundle, and then they auction off the landmarks. Like at least the person with the most money gets it. Happy days. Like that. That to me is fair enough. But this, spend $100 to hope that you get something good. 1 in 150 chance of getting something good. But the other, 149 people will get nothing or get nothing that's too exciting. Like $100, you're going to get 100,000 UpX property. To me, like $100 will buy you. Yeah, $100 will buy you 400,000 UpX worth of property on the secondary market. So for me, no, I'd never buy this bundle in a million years. But that's just me. Everyone's different. People like to have a punt. And if you're one of those 2 people that get one of these 2, you are cheering all the way through Christmas. That's just me. So anyway, so Christmas Eve for you guys. Christmas
they'll sell out.
Oh, they will. They'll sell the 300. It won't sell anywhere near as fast as all the UpX ones. Like even the 92,000 UpX ones, that'll sell out in a heartbeat. This one, like I could wake up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and this will still be available. So I wouldn't need to get up for this one. Where all these other bundles, I'm going to have to set the alarm and get up in the hope that I get a chance to buy them. So I've got like 3 days in a row of getting up at 4 a.m. for Upland, which on and around Christmas Day, yay for me. But I do it because I love Upland. So
that's dedication.
Well, I do love the game. As much as it frustrates me at times, I do love the game. And they've taken some steps that I have not agreed with, and I've been pretty open about that. But lately they've done some stuff that I do like. So, each their own. And they're not going to do everything I like, and we're all going to have different opinions on what they do or don't do, whether it's good or bad for the game. So, and the 4 a.m. city releases, well, that's just part and parcel of Upland, isn't it? They could definitely improve the sales side of things if they wanted to. They clearly don't want to, so it is what it is.
This almost appears like they're basically doing USD city releases in a sense.
I was talking to Ben68 about that the other day, and was saying it's kind of like they are doing USD city releases, but without doing USD city releases. That's kind of clearly they need money. I'm not going to begrudge them for wanting to earn money because they need to pay the bills. If Upland collapses, then everything we have in the game goes with it. So I'm certainly not against Upland earning money or trying to pay the bills, keep the lights and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. They really are milking the cow each and every way that they possibly can. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so, it's like you said, they got to make some money, and why shouldn't they cash in on city releases? I honestly think it kind of holds the value of the cities at least, because if you're buying something for US dollars, you're going to be a lot less likely to go out there and sell it for 50% less than you paid for it, right? Like you're more than likely
100%.
going to at least hold on to it longer. So I bet you the markup and the floor prices and stuff probably be pretty damn good in Salt Lake.
I agree.
Anyway, so we've got the badges as per usual. We all know what that is. So the fastest, you guys, the Americans, have that sort of up your sleeve. But, you got the biggest and all that sort of stuff. So that's cool. City reveal, the collection reveal, it'll sell out instantly, but they're not going to reveal it till the 2nd of January. So if you're trying to fill your collections for the 30th snapshot, you're not going to make it. So if you haven't already got your 3 collections prior to the 30th, or at this time, which is only a week away, you need to go out and find some collections and make them now, because this city reveal is not going to do it for you. Even though it will mint out, like Happy said, in seconds. Like it'll be almost like that first Reggae release. It'll be going so fast. Yeah, but they're going to wait until well over a week to announce what the collections are, which I thought was a bit disappointing, given that they usually do it on a Thursday. With the city release being on the Wednesday, yeah, they could have done it, I think. But anyway, it is what it is.
I like those, like the Miami Beach one they did. I really like that, how fast it went, and it made it really exciting. This one seems like it'll go a lot faster than that. We'll see how that goes.
It'll go even faster.
Yeah, which is already,
like I said,
last one was already really fucking fast.
The most that there's going to be. I mean, how many? We know there's 1,000 passes, right? So you got with all these different. So you got 200, 370, 470, 570, 870. So 870 properties being sold in these bundles, plus 1,000 passes. So you're already looking at 2,000 properties off the market out of the 5,000. So 3,000 properties. I mean, maybe there's not as many people jumping onto Mint because A, they're not excited, B, Christmas Eve, family commitments, etc., etc. So maybe there's less competition, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
And no FSA.
No
Doesn't say
FSA.
that.
Which is
Yeah.
wild, because if you look at if you read down further, it'll show like the minimum price. It's like 2,000 UPIX.
Yeah, they've
With
got
no
that.
FSA, which is wild to me.
15%.
Well, you're just going to have to be lucky to be in that area,
Yeah.
where those properties are, because it's going to just be you're going to have to mint wherever you are, and then that's it, and the whole
Right.
board will be just wiped clean.
So tier 3. So if you are interested in treasure hunting, this is not a terrible city to treasure hunt. Not ideal. Tier 2 would be better. I think Miami Beach is probably the best bet in terms of size to treasure hunt. But this one wouldn't be horrible if you could get some sort of web happening. 6 collections. Like, I haven't looked at the map. How many neighborhoods are there? 1, 2,
Eight.
3, 8, I think.
7, 8. 8. So 6 collections. So you can at least 2 will go big streets.
Yeah.
So, almost a 50-50 to get a neighborhood collection, which would be
Look at that minimum price.
2,000 up. Yeah, that suggests to me that is FSA.
But it says
FSA
no
zero.
FSA.
Yeah, it does too. There must be some really tiny properties in there. Whoever gets that one's getting the badge. Nice of them.
They got some micro properties, just like Leban's do.
So, it's, city releases, I mean, it still is probably one of the most exciting things to do within Upland, which is pretty cool. So
It
I'll
is.
still get involved. I'll still try and mint some stuff. I've got some UPX sitting there to burning a hole in my pocket. I wasted 100 and a lot on a trainer car for no reason the other day, so we'll see. We may as well spend it on some properties.
Hey, now we can go race our trainer cars for fun.
That's not and say we did.
We could do that too.
Anyone interested in a train terminal or an airport? It's interesting that there's an airport for this city. To be honest, like if there was ever an argument for another car-only release city, this is it.
You can't fly there.
Well, you can. Oh, the airport is, from what I understand, is going to,
Yeah,
it's
you
in an
can.
area where it would-
Can you? What did I thought I saw something where you couldn't fly there.
Yeah, Salt Lake City SLT is an airport.
Yeah.
I think it
So,
might
I mean,
even be an international airport.
You might be right. Yeah, you're right.
And I think they've created this airport to be that airport that would service if Salt Lake City was released, it'd be part of that thingy. So the airport itself, maybe if Salt Lake City ever gets released, might be worth. I don't know, but from what I hear, when I see people talk about airports and terminals and stuff like that, they're not overly impressed with their earnings and stuff like that. So I know I've never. Back in the day, I used to register for them all. Now I just couldn't give a shit.
I just bought a train terminal for $400, so I got it for under mint.
Nice. I don't even keep an eye on them anymore, so I've never owned one, and chances are I never will.
I want to own
Yeah.
at least one.
You know, I'd say this: I could probably be getting a better return had I split $400 into like 25% mint properties.
Especially them. And I was looking the other day, I saw some orange, so exclusive property for 25% of mint price. So there's some plenty good deals out there. So, you know, if you want to spend some USD on Upland, and especially with this bonus at the moment with Spark, which we'll talk about again in a minute, with this Spark bonus for USD sales thingy. Now's probably the best time ever if you're willing to spend money. But I mean, it is Christmas. Who has a lot of spare cash floating around at this time of the year to spend in Upland?
Not this guy. Not this guy.
I'd argue that, you know, a lot of families with a bunch of little rugrats running around probably don't have a lot of spare cash either. So
Yeah, well, when you're double income, no kids, you got plenty of money floating around this time of year, especially when you
My
get
way,
your
you son of a
yearly
bitch.
commission check this time of year.
well, we used to be a dink. I don't know if you call it that over in the States, but that's called a dink over here, double income, no kids.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an acronym for that?
Yeah, dink.
Yep.
You're a dink.
Gee,
We used to be that, but I actually handed in my uniform today at work, so I'm officially unemployed.
oh, you're officially retired?
Congratulations.
So I wouldn't say retired, unemployed. We'll go with unemployed at this stage. I think the missus has a view on whether I'm retired or not. That's the difference.
Well, you put, 20 years in the force, and then how many years did you work at the prison? Did she hit you with something?
Yeah. She's listening to me. What is it, about 4.5 years in the prison system? So all up, you know, it's a bit over, you know, almost a quarter of a century into law enforcement.
You served your country well.
So anyway, so that's any questions or anyone go for any of those sweetener sales?
I didn't get any of the sweetener sales, but I do like all three of those, especially the skiing. I'm assuming that's a Merry Moose. Yeah, I like the Merry Moose.
So look, and we could probably segue into it. Blue hasn't joined us yet, so we'll just hold off talking about cars in case she does join us. But well, the car race. But we can segue into the I know we probably did speak about it last week. I can't remember when they announced it, but the this, what do you call it, the holding challenge scoreboard thingy. What's that called again?
The property decoration thing.
No, the collector scoreboard, leaderboard, whatever. Where they're having the overall one and the season one. But
You know, I haven't even looked at those yet.
Oh, I haven't seen it either.
Give me
No,
a
let's
second.
pull that up. I think that's actually kind of a cool thing that they've done. They're
Yeah.
finally adding some collectability, you know, or some value to the collections.
Which one of us is the best?
All right, so this is it here.
Hey, Trees, hashtag Time Zone Trio +2 to get in the drawing. And I think we got a decent amount of stuff to give away today. Santa Claus is even giving away some free shit. So he's taking a little bit of time out of his busy schedule of getting ready to deliver presents across the planet to grace us with some Upland treasures. So, you know, thanks Santa Claus, which we're going to have to look into in a little bit. So don't let me forget that. And we got to give shit away from a couple other streams I did. So there's a lot of stuff being given away today. So get in on your hashtag.
So this was announced long before our last stream, so which was only a week ago. So we did brush on it recently last week, and I made the comment that whilst I think this is a great step in the right direction, I think Upland have done an awesome job with this, and I think there's room for improvement, but it's a great start. The score leaderboard is not up yet, which is a little bit disappointing. I think people were hoping that was going to come this week, and it hasn't. So I think people just want to see where they sit, even at this moment, without even buying anything. But obviously, you can't buy badges, which is one of the things that.
That's not true.
Well, you can buy the season badges, but they're not going to be worth a lot of points, are they? And given that each season is current, so the older the badge is, the more it's worth as well. So, so you can't necessarily go out and buy a badge and get yourself on the leaderboard or up the leaderboard. But it also obviously counts block explorers, which we just mentioned with the city releases, and there being only 30 of each, should carry a few points. I don't know whether there's going to be a lot of points or anything like that. And what's the third thing that counts?
What's up, Boydern? Good morning.
Like
to
actually
you.
having collections of block explorers, right?
They're just block explorers in general. So if I understand it correctly,
But there's actually block explorer collections, right?
no. Just the fact that you own a block explorer. So the rarer it is, so if it's a one of, except for the director ones where everybody has a one of one, if you get a block explorer from Upland that's like say a one of a 5, that's obviously super rare, and it's going to be worth more points than say one of 100 from Upland.
Well,
So that's one way.
I think what Happy's saying is if you go into them, they have. It's not like you can't add them to a collection, but there are like collections of certain types of block explorers.
Yeah, and you can actually like
this is
fulfill
fun.
the whole. You actually have to have every block explorer to fill the collection.
Yeah, like they did with
Yeah, there's a lot of them like that.
Yeah, with the Halloween and I don't remember the rest of them.
Well, so you
There's
get
an old.
bonus.
I think it's like a big game 2021 has a whole set. There's like a lot
Yeah.
of the older ones have collections.
So what are you saying that if you own the whole set, you get bonus? Like a
Yeah,
double?
yeah, and I'm pretty sure it kind of says that in there.
Okay, well I missed that if that's the case. So that's good to know. I mean, I don't
Yeah, so in
think
the
I
block
have
explorer portion, it should say that.
badges. Did I go past it? I mean,
Yeah, it's right there. Go down. Right there.
all of the block explorer, the more weight it carries, and the rarity of history of the value. So that's what I was saying. The lower
Right.
min numbers. So I'm not saying.
Huh.
Yeah, so I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think a block explorer collection, so to speak, does exist. Probably a good idea, and probably something that they should look at.
But they do.
Bringing-
Like you can look
Yeah,
at
but in
it
terms of
certain ones
in
and they're
terms of
part of a
this-
collection.
I agree with you, and I think
As
again,
yeah, as terms of holding any
something
weight here.
I think just say like one of these collections you're talking about, each one's worth 10 points, but if you own the whole set, it doubles to 20 points. Like I get that, and that's probably a good idea and something maybe the Upland should look at. Completing full sets of block explorers that add the points and all that, but then they don't tell us what the points are, so it makes it hard. I mean, people will figure it out. I mean, there'll be people as soon as the leaderboards come up, will see, they'll buy something and see how much the points went up by and figure it out. But then the points are dynamic too, so the older it is, the more points they're worth. So I'd assume that something that's worth 10 points today might be worth 20 points in 12 months' time. I don't know. So they're all very close, but it's a great idea. I think they missed a trick. Like I said last week, I totally, as a
Hold on a
UGC
second. What is
creator.
happening? What is all that pumping around?
So last week I said, as a UGC creator, I totally agree and understand why.
Am I the only one hearing that? Hold on.
Tournament. Oh my
Swarley,
God.
hold your hats on. 1 second. There's like some thumping. Who's doing that? I'm just curious.
What?
It was tripping me out.
Probably happy.
Happy, were you
What were you
thumping
like?
around?
Click out
No.
I'm
That's
I
probably
was
me.
clicking things on my
Was it
computer.
LeBan?
a band.
Like
What
that.
is that?
That's
My keyboard.
Oh, it's you. You son of a bitch.
so anyway. As I was trying to get back on
Oh.
track here. As I was trying to say, I think this is a great idea. I think the concept is awesome. They did say they're going to look at it and try and work on it and improve it, which I hope they do, because I think I think there's some areas they can improve. We just talked about the badges, the block explorers, and how if you get a whole set, maybe that could be worth more points. totally agree. Gives them more value, which they've always been lacking. As a UGC creator, I totally agree and understand why map assets and structural ornaments are not part of this competition. I think that is the correct decision there, because you don't want people just creating map assets to score points. That's just stupid. However, I don't see any reason why Upland created map assets and structural ornaments shouldn't be included in this, and would give them more utility and more value for the high prices that they charge for them. I think it would be the perfect opportunity for anything created by the Upland Bureau account to be added to this. And I say that not owning a hell of a lot myself, because I don't tend to buy so much from Upland, but I just think you've got those items there. That's not something that players can really manipulate. You either buy them or you don't. Yeah, you can go out and buy them, but that's what this game's about, isn't it? By buying and holding and collecting stuff. So I think they've missed a boat here by not adding structural ornaments and map assets from the Upland side of things. But again, a step in the right direction. I'm excited to see the leaderboard when it comes out. I know I'm not going to be anywhere near the top.
When are they going to release this leaderboard? I keep looking for it.
Well, they said when they first released this, I'm sure it said next week, or X1 said on his stream next week or something. So people were hanging out for the start of this week, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be tomorrow.
So, well, I don't. Maybe tomorrow, but maybe after Christmas. Who knows? But anyway, step in the right direction. I love this concept. I want to see it evolve and improve and I think there is room for involvement improving. But I think it's a great start. It's starting to give value to stuff that has been otherwise ignored. I mean, I've always said, what's the point of getting a badge? It means nothing. It doesn't help your account any. Well, perhaps now it does. 50% of the score comes from your badges, so maybe it is makes it worthwhile to start owning these badges and these different things that are going around the game. So
you know what pisses me off a little bit though is I've been asking for this damn broadcaster badge and they ignore me every time I ask for it. Like
I filled in the UCN application 12 months ago.
There's an application?
Yeah.
God.
Don't worry about filling it in, because I did that and I haven't heard a reply at all. Maybe I don't.
Them. They could have at least sent me like, hey, there's an application you got to fill out.
Yeah, Ben.
No.
There's an application. I filled it out. Never even got a reply, a response. We received it. Nothing. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
Is that on Discord?
I don't know. Ask Ben. I forget what the link is or where to find it. This was 12 months ago I did it, or best part of. So yeah, you got to apply to be part of the UCN, and then you might get your badge if that's the case. So. But anyway, so that's
cute.
You're googling that now, aren't you?
Look at these two little lovebirds just being sweet on each other.
We're not even in the same house.
I know.
What else have we had released this week or in the last week or so?
What else do we have released this week?
We had the Plaza, the Happy FR Plaza update. Did we check that out? The Christmas themed Plaza. And if you watched Goldie's stream and then went into the Plaza with part of Goldie's stream, you would have seen it for sure, which went for about 4 days yesterday. Great stream on a Black Explorer. Me. Anyone else catch that?
I never even go to the.
I didn't even know there was a stream. Well, I heard something. I didn't know what time it was going to be though.
6 p.m. last your time. So that's
I was eating dinner.
It went for about 4 hours. It was a long stream.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But Happy and Orlando. What's his name? Is it Orlando?
Uplando?
Yeah, Uplando, sorry. Yeah, they gave away a crap ton of prizes, which was awesome for everyone watching and tuning in. Lots of cool little things and events they did. It was a bit of fun. I quite enjoyed it. Made our 2-hour streams look like child's play.
Look, I could go probably 8, 9, 10 hours easy. But I don't think you guys could hang. There's been times we just get to talking, and I'm just like, we gotta shut this shit down.
Yeah.
Especially when you get happy going, man. There's no stopping that son of a bitch.
Or you get fired up about something, then I'm like,
Oh yeah, well that goes without saying. We start talking about, maybe cheating or cryptocurrency or fucking who knows. Well, I know, not who knows. We all know.
Why don't we talk about some cryptocurrency?
You want to talk
what
about
do
some
you wanna talk
crypto?
about?
Yeah, why don't we talk about it? It was a shitty week for crypto. I mean, actually, not really. It's actually a killer week to be a buyer.
Crypto is just doing what crypto has always done. It's not neither good or bad. I'll bring over
Well, I had a nice big correction this week.
and that's all it is.
Last
It's a
week.
correction.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a buying opportunity. We're
So
like in
that-
a huge demand zone right now.
You zoom out to a 4-hour time window. So they always say if you can't zoom out. I mean, we're clearly in an uptrend. Yeah, it's a correction, so it's come down a fair amount. But that's just what crypto does. It's always done that. I mean, you can go look back at the last bull run and see many a times it did something similar. Oh, go away.
But you just got to go to a bigger time frame, man. Go to like a daily or a weekly.
I've always had a but that's on the daily now. I've always had an account. I only sort of cancelled it not that long ago, so now I'm on a free account. But when you're even on the dailies, you can still see you have decent corrections all the way up. So it's not a so anyone that panics about it dropping 10-20%, like come on, like
I was actually excited about it. I was really happy
Yeah.
because it's my chance. I just got a huge commission check, so
I mean, and when you look at that, you
scooping
can,
it up.
like people are like, oh my god, we've come all the way down. But look where we are compared to where we were like 2 weeks ago, a month
Oh,
ago.
why don't you
3
actually
months
go to like a monthly chart?
on the month?
Yeah, see, look at that. Like, does that look like we had a really bad correction or anything? Like, it's a blip on the fucking chart,
Yeah,
where we're
you know
at right
what?
now.
And the fact, even if we have a red month, which is not what everyone wants, and everyone's going, oh, Santa rally, all this sort of bullshit. Having a red month is a good thing because it kind of resets the scoreboard, so to speak. Like you can't have too many red months in a row because then you're waiting for that red month. So this is probably a good time, and you've got the American financial year ending now, so you've got people probably selling off, trading, all that sort of stuff as well. I this is just part of the course. I'm not even slightly worried about crypto at this stage. We can look at. We'll have to change the time frame.
I mean, Bitcoin honestly could go all the way down to like 75,000, and it's not even going to break structure.
No, exactly right. It can drop so much lower.
Like there's nothing like right now. It's kind of like start DCNA. If you haven't been buying, now's your chance.
So I did touch on this.
Sparklet. Oh man,
I did touch on this last week. I'm actually going to do a segment on the UpX podcast, which they're doing their final year show, which is going to go for like a stupid amount, long time as well. And Chris Stewart asked me to present a segment, so I said, all right, I'll talk about Sparklet. So that's sweet. So I'll talk about more of this on their show next week. But really, it's almost pointless looking at this chart because it's such a small market cap that TA or any sort of analysis of Sparklet is pointless. It really is pointless. I have mentioned it before. I'm not going to go over it today about what the small caps tend to do during a bull run. I'll go over that more next week. But I did mention last week that to me, and we will never know until it happens, but to me, this looks like it's starting to form a cup and handle formation on the 4-hour chart. Now, we won't know until it actually forms that, and if it does, that's cool. But even if it does do that, big deal, because it's such a small market cap that it doesn't really mean anything. So to me, honestly, this is just buying. I mean, it's Sparklet. Whoops, I hate when I do that. Sparklet has pretty much never been cheaper to buy. So for me, I'm buying. And whilst I might not spend any more money on Upland anymore, well, I did spend some money the other day, so I shouldn't say that. I've been buying Sparklet, and I continue to buy Sparklet, and I will continue to buy Sparklet definitely while it's below this red line, which is about 7 cents. And and I don't expect Sparklet to move until probably halfway through next year at the earliest. So none of this to me makes any concern whatsoever in terms of what the Spark price is, because we know that small caps won't move till late in the cycle, and the cycle isn't going to end until probably Q3 next year. So, anyone else have any?
Cyclically, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's all best guess. Well, no one knows for sure what's going to happen or whatever.
Right.
So, all I can say is what I think and what I'm doing. And whilst, I mean, I've got these lines in here. The support line was a pretty strong support line, which you can see it got rejected and then it bounced off it a few times. It even bounced off it here before it went through, and then it tried to break up 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and it's been rejected at it. So it's a pretty strong support line. But again, all of that's irrelevant because it's such a small market cap. It just takes one person with a decent pile of cash to go, I want to buy, and all this becomes irrelevant, and the price of Sparklet goes 10x in a day. Which may happen sometime next year. So I'm not saying it will. It may. I'm certainly having my punt on it. We'll talk about punting in Upland. This is my punt. This is where I'm putting my money in for a punt because I think Sparklet, could easily do a 10x, which in anyone's world, a 10x return on investment is a fantastic return. So why would you be upset if Sparklet went from 3 cents to 30 cents? Now, I think that'd be disappointing total result for Sparklet. I think it'll go much higher. But even if you wanted to budget on a 10x, I think that 10x in the next 6 to 12 months, pretty good return on your money. But of course, there's a big risk to go with it. So don't play with money you can't afford to lose.
Like I honestly don't think Sparklet will really bottom out until freaking 2 cents. Like I think that'll be where because the whole reality is there's no demand. You have no support anywhere below here, right? So I mean, in all honesty, it's anybody's best guess. But I mean, 2 cents is a very psychological level, and at that point, you'd be able to just scoop up so much. I mean, it'd be hard for the market not to move up.
Well, I thought that this 4 cents was going to be a pretty good one. I've got a buy order in now at 3 cents, and it's at 3.3 cents at the minute. So I'll be buying a little bit more at that price, maybe, if it gets down there.
I saw it drop down to like 2.9 the other day.
Yeah, I only put some money on the exchange the other day, today actually. So if it goes back down, happy days. If it doesn't, I really don't care. I will happily buy it if it starts going up, and like I say, in the cup and handle type formation, and we've already hit the bottom, I'll just buy it whatever price I decide that it's not going to go down. But you just never know what it's going to do. So I think all of this is just an accumulation time. And if it ever got to something like $3, whether you bought at 3 cents or 7 cents, kind of make not a scrap of difference. Not really, anyway. You're just going to be happy either way. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, people getting upset about Sparklet not moving when everything else is moving. That's what crypto does. That's nothing unusual. It's exactly what's supposed to happen. You shouldn't be worried about it, not in the slightest, because if it was going up with the rest of it, I'd be more worried about that because it shouldn't. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Sparklet. We still don't have Blue Rain, so maybe.
Have you guys spent any USD for that USD challenge thing that they're doing?
I bought the terminal for $400.
Just recently?
Yeah, I did that a couple of days ago.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one you bought a long time ago.
No. This is a second terminal.
Oh shit!
I own three terminals now.
And you got Sparklet.
How's the returns on that, Happy? You get a lot of UpX out of it?
I mean, yes and no, right? Like it's, so like the one that I just bought is Saint Denis, and it's like you got a 5 UpX SIN fee there, right? So it's like even if 100 people were to SIN there in a day, that's only 500 UpX, right? So I mean, you're really not making a whole lot. It brings in $8,000 a month just from the earnings alone, so that's kind of a little bit.
And I should put it in the collection as well to give you a bit more.
Yeah, it is like it's one of the Saint Denis collection ones, so it gives you a little bit more. And like for me, more than anything, I like the terminals. I see long-term value in them, and I see down the road people being willing to pay more of a premium for something like that than your standard property.
Well, we'll go over a bit more in a minute, but I think terminals will come more into vogue now that the car travel is so much harder to do now than what it was. So I can see people using terminals a lot more in the future, assuming they keep cars the way they are at the minute, which I think sucks, but it is what it is. In terms of this, though, I saw this the other day, and I think it's good and bad. I mean, and I'll go over it why. Like, I've always never been one to mince words, in my opinion. I took a little bit of disappointment from this last little bit where it says, "This is our way." Where is it? This is our way here on a high note, saying thank you to everyone that supports Upland both secondary markets and primary markets through USD sales. If that was true, they would announce this and go, all the USD sales over the year or the last 6 months or whatever, people that have done those USD sales, here's your reward. Rather than, oh, by the way, we're going to do it the next 7 days or something like that. If you do USD sale, we're going to give you a reward. And they had to go and then announce that, if you try and cheat the system, we'll ban you, all sort of stuff. Well, if you just, announced it saying, rewarding players over the last 12 months, or here's a reward for, like a Christmas bonus or participating and buying stuff. And the ban this I honestly think that's it's not a reward. It's another cash grab. And I'm not against them trying to earn money, but don't try and sell it, wrap it up as something that it's not. You're wanting to get, and I know they're not necessarily saying you've got to buy from us because you can buy from player to player, but they still get 10% of every sale from player to player as well. So it is a way for them to try and earn money. But yeah, if it wasn't, they would announce it retrospectively and reward players that have been purchasing for the last 12 months for the calendar year or something like that. That's just my opinion on that. In terms of this competition, if you were going to spend money anyway, happy days, great idea, little reward if you were going to spend those dollars anyway. I said to you I was going to buy some Sparklet. So instead of buying it from the exchange, maybe it's worth more to buy it from Upland, because then you might get a bonus with a Sparklet from doing this USD sale. So it's not a horrible idea, it's a good idea, but again, it's more airdrops. We looked at those blue lines on my chart were all the different airdrops. Airdrops create sell pressure, lowers the price. So I don't know. And then on top of that, I mean, how many active players in Upland at the moment are there, roughly, each on a daily basis? Anyone know the answer to that?
Like 2,000 probably.
Active daily users? No, it's way higher than that.
You think?
I think it's between 10 and 30,000. It varies on a day-to-day basis, but I think it's somewhere between players. But even if we took your value at 2,000 players, all right, it only takes 500 players to spend $1,000 in the game, and each player is getting 1,000 Sparklet.
That's not very much.
No, so that's a tiny amount of Sparklet for $1,000 worth of spending in the game. So if you go out of your way to spend $1,000, absolutely not worth it. If you were going to spend the money anyway, like you did Happy with your terminal, if you were going to do that anyway, and this is just a bit of a cherry on top, fantastic. But again, I think this should have been a retrospective rewarding players that have been spending USD throughout the year rather than going announcing, well, if you spend USD over the next 10 days, here's a reward for you. And they're inviting people to try and find a way to game the system, which is what I don't like about it. But again, that's just me. And it's not that I'm not against buying any. I've actually spent $100 yesterday on a car for this race tomorrow.
$100?
So, yeah.
I thought you spent UpX.
I bought a no, that was a different car that I bought. I bought 2 cars in the last 3 days.
Oh my god!
In the last 3.5, well, how long have I been playing this game? 3 years. I bought 2 vehicles. In the last 3 days, I bought 2 more vehicles. So now I own 4 vehicles.
Man,
so no, I've
for a non-racer, man, you're really rolling in the coaches.
I've gone all in on this Cannonball Run challenge thing.
I'm actually kind of stoked about it. I'm just going to use my semi truck. I think that'll be the best way to go.
Okay, I don't know the answer to that because I don't own a truck, so I can't do the research on that. Do we want to talk about anything else before we get onto that? Like, I don't know this. I don't know anything about this Jingle Bell estate. I haven't looked into that whatsoever. I think it's the cash sale bundle thing. I don't know anything about it. If anyone else does,
Oh, is that the Jingle Bells pack that they're selling? That's like you get a couple properties of Block Explorer and
yeah, something like that. Again, I haven't looked in. I haven't paid any attention to it. There's still 234 out of 350 left, so they've sold about 100. I don't
I think
know.
you're just better off just buying the secondary market on that.
Yeah,
Because is it just the same cities? Isn't it that?
yeah, they're all the locked properties or the taken off the market properties, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I tend to just ignore all those things now because maybe they're all directed at new players. I don't know. I assume that's basically where they're directed at. So I don't know if we want to go over it more or just brush over it. It's not. I don't think it's for the seasoned player, but that's just me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. I'm so used to paying good attention.
Well, apparently you're not paying any attention.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the one trying to actually present a podcast here.
Look, we're adding content that you're not even aware of.
I haven't been reading the comments, so I don't know what you've been saying. Correct.
You know
So you're
exactly what we've been saying.
Yeah, you probably. Well, I can bring it up if you want. Like, do I click on this button and find it out?
No. Hold on. Just wait a second. Just wait a second. Just hold on. Just look at the screen.
Look at which screen.
The screen you're presenting.
This one.
Not that one.
That one.
Well, that's been popping up on the chat, hasn't it? On the
Yes, it has.
if I share the whole
It
screen.
has.
Yeah. I know that. I'm aware of that. I just haven't been reading them. So
We're contributing in our own special way.
awesome.
Look, Swirl, this is about having fun, and sometimes
Yeah, I agree.
I just gotta do weird things.
I do feel a bit. I don't know what the right word is. I mean, we have Maui here who hasn't had an opportunity to contribute at this stage.
Maui, tell us all about all your USD purchases.
Are you trying to get your free sparklet?
Yeah, I try to get the drops. So I have to finish one last treasure hunt before New Year's Eve, I guess.
Oh, so you're talking
I
about
need to do that too.
the season challenges and not
Yeah.
them. Actually, we can bring that up. We can do some
Yeah,
checks
let's
on
talk
We'll
about
see.
that.
Give me a sec. I will find the leaderboard, and I will. I need to get that off here. Where's the leaderboard?
you know you can just find it in
I think
chat
I
in game, right?
contributed because I got Laban up from the bed.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So let's.
Are you guys up to date on your challenges?
I think I've got enough to get my 14.7%. That's all I care about.
You should be caring about that 15.2, young man.
Nah. You got to spend more money than you're going to make to get that.
Dumbass capital L's.
Don't
All
you
right,
ever
so-
capitalize my L.
All right, how do we do this stupid bloody form? All right, so what have you not done? Logged in 25 days. We're only up to 23 days, so I'll let you off that one. You've done your 7, you've done your mint 3, done your collections, you've done your buy 5, completed 5 structures. You haven't done your treasure hunting. Lazy.
I know.
Barrel bonus. I thought you were going to get on top of that one.
Look, I'm just waiting for my stepbrother to do it.
All
Just
right.
waiting.
Okay, so this one here, apply ornament. That's 21 days. It should have ticked over by now. So upland just lagging a little bit there.
Yeah.
But you've got your 14.7. Obviously, well on track to maximize the most you can. So we're looking pretty good. Laban.
La Bandit.
Oh, there's a couple of no's there. What are we missing? So
What about
it's
where's the 11.99 bundle?
like 3 properties. How many properties you got so far, Laban?
Which one?
Your collection.
Collection. Just one.
So you need 2 more.
Yeah.
You have to go out and buy them in the secondary market, I think, because the city release isn't going to help you.
Yeah, the stand. If I get 3 in the city release, then I can get the standard. I hope.
Well, you'll get the standard, but that won't be until after the 30th, the snapshot.
Yeah.
It'll be before the end of the season, but if you're after the Spark snapshot, you're not going to get there in time. So it depends on what you're after and what you're trying to achieve. But otherwise, you're looking pretty good. Is there anyone in chat that wants to be looked at?
Let's see how Maui's doing.
Well, apparently there's a capital M for some silly reason. Oh, there's a couple of no's there, Maui.
Oh no, you're slacking.
Right, you haven't done your treasure hunting.
You haven't even minted 3 properties, Maui. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm with you on that one, so I'll let you off there. Like, the city releases come out, we'll have to mint some there. We'll be good for that one. That will help. The city release will help for that challenge because it is in time. Staking. You haven't got any Spark staked in Tokyo?
Yeah, I have. I don't know why it hasn't reached.
How much? There's 200 hours. So if you had 1 Spark, it'll take you 10 days, 9
I think
days.
I have like 1,500.
So it'll take you about a week to do it. So maybe you haven't done it for a week yet.
That'll take over. So if you just build like a micro house real
That's
fast.
only 500. Micro has only 500 though. Oh yeah. So anyway, it'll take about a week for if you've got 1,500. It'll take about a week to get that ticked off. So it probably is done now. It just hasn't updated on here.
Yeah. Well, you got
Yeah,
6
applying-
points so far. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and you've got your maximum. Well, not your maximum. You've got your 14.7%. Was there anyone in chat?
Trees
Looks like,
and Boydern. Do trees first.
trees is a Z, was it?
Yeah, I don't. Trees, is it trees 001 or just trees? Or is it trouble 001? I don't know.
Do Boydern first. Sorry, I haven't been keeping an eye on chat today, so I don't know what.
It's trouble 001.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do trees next. Boydern. Have you even been playing Upland?
Come on, Boydern. He says he's rubbish.
He's been too busy bloody managing the Ninja Spark train to play Upland, I think.
I know. We need to recruit Boydern to the light side and get him on Granada Hills Spark Train action.
I think his price might be too high. I don't know.
It might be too high. Yeah. Hey, before I forget, hashtag Time Zone Trio +2 to get in on the drawing of all the cool shit. Don't forget hashtag the thing.
I would like to say that you're not rubbish, Boydern, but sorry, I have to agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah, you could have, I don't know, secondary market. Have you bought any properties in the secondary market?
So the easy ones are the treasures one. You just start them and just wait.
No, you've got to collect them.
You have to
You have
finish
to
it.
collect them.
You have to collect them.
Oh,
It used to be you just have to start them. Now you've got to actually find it.
Boydern, I'll give you $1.
You can do your free one each day. So yeah, anyway, look, he's not too far away from another couple of challenges, and he'll get his 14.7 anyway. So it's not a huge.
or just buy 3 items. You just visit the showroom and get stuff for 1 apex.
Yeah, go to win more stuff from Elslack, and
Which
then
is
go
not
buy
hard. I
one-
give shit away like it's candy.
and then go buy it for 1 apex. And that counts. Trust me, it counts.
Yeah, I got a reserve Boydern a bunny coin from the last stream. So there's 1, 2 more. Just while you're at the shop, just go ahead and buy some other shit. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, what have we got? So it looks like Trees is doing pretty well. So obviously 25 days, can't have done that yet. Referral, well, no one gets that really. Apply an ornament, so we've all got that problem. So clearly it hasn't ticked over. But yeah, Trouble is doing about as well as he can. I'm guessing there's another challenge will come out next week. I've got Spark sitting on the exchange waiting to bridge in, and I haven't bridged it in, waiting for them to release that bloody challenge like they did last season, where you got to bridge in Spark. So, knowing if I don't bridge it in, they won't announce it. But if I do bridge it in, the next day they announce it. So I'm like, oh, just wait. All right, you can all have a laugh at me. What I haven't done. So I'm not doing as well as some of the other people here. That's for sure. So I haven't minted 3 properties, but I'll get that done with the city release, hopefully.
You haven't minted 3 properties?
You
Swally,
said
what
it
the
the
fuck?
other day. That's the only one I haven't done that I could have done. So I'm looking all right. I'll mint 3 in the city. Was there anyone else? That's it.
I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah. For now.
For now. All right. Well, let's talk about this then.
Let's talk about the road trip. I want to hear all about it.
The road trip. I've dedicated the best part of the last 2 days to trying to understand this challenge. I'll share.
Hold on, before you go on, is anybody else? It sounds like Happy's going to do the road trip. Is anybody else? I'm not going to because I'll be at work. Maui or Levan, are you guys going to road trip it out?
No.
No. Okay.
So
No, traveling with the car is just too painful. So I'm not doing that at all.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Tree
Tree's
says
not-
he has to work, so he's
God,
not
did
doing
we
it.
lose him?
Lose who?
So it is going to be a challenge for people to do. So I get that, and I love it for the first time in a long time. Us Australians that get screwed over by the time zones and have to get up at 4 a.m. to do stuff, and I have to get up at 4 a.m. to start this race. Guess what? If I estimated this correctly, this race will finish about 4 a.m. PT time. So, fairly level playing field for the whole planet, really, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
I love that. So I love the fact that it's I estimate it's going to take roughly 19 hours to complete this challenge.
19 hours?
19 hours. So
Good
I
Lord.
will share some stuff. So give me 1 sec.
Yeah, don't share all your secrets though.
I won't
You
share all my
work too hard.
There's some stuff I'll keep to myself. I have been talking to some players about certain things as well. So there's been a little bit of collaboration, not a lot. There's a lot of players, like you go into general, and there's a lot of players that are like, no, go for, like, do you want us to, you ask a question and like, oh, do you want us to, give you the win as well? I'm like, well, I'm just asking a general question about cars. So, all right, so I'll bring these across. So it's pretty clear. I think even X1 himself said it in the video that he released for this challenge, that there's 2 main routes that you can choose. So I've mapped these 2 routes out. I will share this because anyone can jump on a Google map to do this themselves. It's not anything special. From what I can tell, the 2 routes are almost identical in length. There's maybe a tiny slight difference. Don't take my word for it because I may have mapped this wrong. So don't just assume that I've done this correctly. Do your own research and figure out which route you want to take. But the start of the road obviously starts in Miami. The first 2 legs, everybody has to do exactly the same. So it's Jacksonville into what is this town called? That's Montgomery. So this town. No, Montgomery. This place is called Montgomery. There's 3 charging stations from Upland in Montgomery. So from Montgomery, you can choose to either go up to a mental blank. What is this? This is in Kansas City. No, not Kansas City. Nashville. So from Montgomery, you can go up to Nashville, where you've got to buy a structural ornament, or you can travel to New Orleans, where you've got to buy a structural ornament. Not structural ornament, just anything from a shop, map asset, structural ornament, whatever. So you've got to choose between one of those 2 routes.
So wait, you can't just take your car and go Miami to Dallas?
No, because
So you
they
have to go to the charging. Why do you have to go to the charging stations? That's fucking
because
lame.
you won't have the range to get. You can't even drive from Miami straight to New Orleans. You won't have the range. Most cars, and I don't know the trucks because I don't own a truck. Most vehicles that I do own, and I've tested the range out, it's just under the 700 kilometer range. So around the 670, give or take, kilometers. I know you Americans don't know kilometers that well. Even the Europeans, I think, use miles as well. But Upland uses kilometers. So they've strategically placed these charging stations so they're within the range of most vehicles. Now, trucks, I don't know what the range is. I do know I borrowed one off Blue Rain. I didn't drive it, but I borrowed off Blue Range just to see it. From New York, I could drive a car to Cleveland. I couldn't drive a truck to Cleveland. So a truck's range isn't as much as a car, which I think is crazy because trucks are designed for long distance. So even though they're much slower, they should be able to go much further without having to recharge.
Well, are you talking about a truck or a semi-truck?
A semi-truck. The Utes
Okay.
are more like a sedan. So there obviously cars have different speeds. If you've used your car to drive around Upland, like an S1 will get you from point A to point B faster. The range, from what I can tell, and I don't know this because I don't own all the cars in Upland. I can only do the research on what I've been able to get my hands on. I think the range of an S1 as opposed to an S2 or an S4 are somewhat similar. They do vary, but they're fairly similar, and I don't think will make a huge impact. But where I think the difference will be is to do with the charging of the vehicles when you've got to stop and recharge. You can't charge as you go or anything like that. You've got to get from, say, Miami to Jacksonville, and then you need to recharge, and then you need to go from Jacksonville to Montgomery, and then you've got to recharge. So when I say there's 9 legs, which are the 9 legs, you've got to have 9 legs. So that's like an hour and a half driving, and then you've got like a half an hour to an hour of recharging, and then another hour and a half of driving, and so on for 19 hours. And you've got to be on top of this. You've got to have it all planned. You've got to know what you're doing.
So the requirement is that you have to use the same car for the whole race. You can't
Must
just
start-
have one car in every city and just jump on the next car.
You have to
in
start
the recharge.
in the same car. X1 definitely mentioned, as was brought up in general, he mentioned it in his video. It's a little bit vague in the actual announcement document, but it's definitely in his video that you must start and finish the race in the same car and use the same car for the entire race. You couldn't put a car at the charging stations anyway. You can't leave a car at someone else's property, but you could, like with Nashville or New Orleans, you could have obviously had a car sitting there waiting for you
Yeah.
in one of those two cities that was fully charged, ready to go. So yeah, there could have been a slight advantage there, but it's not the case. There is a tiny little, and I don't think there is a car on the market that can do this, but if I'm wrong, I'll probably learn this the hard way tomorrow. The leg from New Orleans to Dallas, if you could go in a straight line, is just over 700 kilometers. As far as I know, there isn't a car in the game that can do 700 kilometers in one stretch. But if there is, that car could do this stretch in one hit instead of 2, and therefore taking out a fair chunk of the distance, like a couple of hundred kilometers, like 100 to 200 kilometers less that I'd have to travel.
That would save a couple hours too.
Potentially, but I mean, at the end of so it just depends on the distance, because obviously all cars that get from point A to point B, the distance is roughly the same. So it's going to come down to basically like pit stops, like in a car race. So how fast can you get your car back on the road and going again? The fastest car from point A to point B may not be the car that wins a race, because you've got charging and stuff like that you've got to factor in there. So you got to work out, do your research, which car is the fastest. So an S1 might win the first leg and get from Miami to Jacksonville first, but will it get to Montgomery first after it recharges and goes to the next leg? So that's the unknown that some people will or won't know. I've done my research. I have a theory as to which car I think will do that the fastest, but I could be totally wrong. But like I said, I did some sums and worked out the distances for each leg, and I estimate the whole trip will take about 19 hours. So on PT time, if you're starting at 9 a.m. PT, you're going to finish roughly 4 a.m. Christmas Eve. So that's a pretty good big dedication for people who have families and, this time of the year with commitments, stuff like that. So if you don't have the time to, be available every hour and a half, and let's face it, if a car arrives at a location, it doesn't automatically start charging. You have to apply the spark to it to charge it up straight away. So So you basically, as soon as your car arrives, you need to be ready there to put the spark on it, because a 1 minute delay could be the difference between you getting in the top 5 and not getting there at all. So you do need to have, over the 19 hours, you're going to have to be there with your finger on the pulse, ready to go for each leg. One misstep, you miss one leg, and then that's pretty much your race over, which kind of is a bit like a real race, to be fair. One bad pit stop and you can lose a race. So, and even a long distance race, one bad pit stop can still lose that race for you. So it'll be interesting to see how it all does unfold. Upland said there's going to be a leaderboard, so people should be able to follow along and see where they're at in the race, and go from there. So these two maps that I'm showing you, I'm telling you this right now, are not the most two recent maps that I've done. So I'm telling you now, this distance is wrong. Do not take this. Go map it out yourself and figure out which one you think's the best route, because I've redone this and that figure is different.
My fellow Oregonian, 707 OG Killa in the house. Sorry, I just had to acknowledge that. Not often do I see the OG Killa.
Okay, so the question about more spark, and I've seen this a few times. Goldie kept announcing on his channel, and I tried to message him to see if he'd sort of correct himself. Each vehicle has a maximum spark staking amount. So I can tell you now with my S2, so I've got a straight S2, its maximum staking is 3,840 spark. I have an S2R that has a maximum staking of 4,100 spark. I forget what the trainer vehicle, they all have a maximum and they all vary ever so slightly, but there is a maximum. So having 300,000 spark like I do is not an advantage. Basically, if you've got enough spark to put the maximum on your vehicle, then that's the best you're going to do. And someone else with the same vehicle isn't going to have any advantage if you've got more spark than them, because it is irrelevant. However, it is probably the point that will make the difference in this race, is how fast the car recharges and is back on the road again from each pit stop. I think it's not about the fastest car in the race. And in X1's video, I actually put a comment in there. I think Upland missed a trick in this, where I think over a set amount of distance, and I'm not saying this 4,000 roughly kilometer distance is the set distance, but whatever it is, there should be a point where every single car in Upland almost even out in terms of how far it can drive, how fast it can get there, and its recharging time. So I would have argued that a semi-trailer should be able to go twice as far, if not further, than a vehicle without charging. It'll do it slower, but it can go further without charging. And maybe the charging is roughly the same speed. Maybe it takes longer. I don't know. So what it loses in speed over the drive makes up in charging time. And then over an X amount of distance, which we'll probably, even if they did do it, we'll never know. It would almost handicap each and every vehicle. So, and then depending on the distance, like with each time they do this race, whether it's a shorter race or a longer race, the different vehicle would be the ideal vehicle to own for that particular race. I think I've nailed down which I think is the ideal vehicle for this race, but again, I don't have access to every single vehicle in Upland, and there may be a dark horse that I haven't come across or I haven't done the research on.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. And if they did that, they could also try to sell some of those trucks again in the store for USD. Maybe. Well, that would help us. Like, as well.
I know for a fact that a truck does not have the same range as the car. It has a less range than a car, and to me, that is ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous. A truck is designed for long haul drive. So to me, I'd almost argue that a truck should be able to go straight from Miami to Montgomery. So missing the first leg and going straight there. Yeah, it's going to travel a lot slower than the other vehicles, but it's only going to have to charge up once as opposed to 2 times for the other vehicles. So maybe it's still slower than all the other vehicles by the time it gets to Montgomery, but maybe at some point in this maybe 3,000 kilometer mark, they would all even out. And maybe over 4,000, a truck is better than a faster car. I don't know. To me, if anyone's seen any sort of motor racing at all, they usually have like a spectator event. They'll get 3 different classes of vehicle. like a Formula One car, a stock car, and a street car, and they'll handicap them and have them all take off the starting line at different points, and then try and time it so they all come home at the same time, and like basically side by side on the racetrack. And that's almost what I think these cars should be like over a set distance. And all the Upland would need to do, if that was the case, is change the distance of each race when they did one, and a different car would be the ideal car for that race. As opposed to, if they leave it the way it is, I think the one car is always going to be the car to choose. And I'll find out, I guess, a little over 24 hours from now as to which car. And I think you'll find that the same 5 cars will win this race tomorrow. But it depends on how many people take part in it too.
So,
And so I don't imagine you're going to share what
I was
car
just
you think
looking at my
will win.
semi truck, and the semi, you can stake 16 plus spark on the semi truck.
Can you?
The maximum amount. But yeah, that's like, because I have a semi.
Have you driven it and then staked the spark?
I have not at all. So I still have like 100% charge.
Do you have
on it.
16 spark available in your account that's not staked somewhere?
I do not, but I could go ahead and unstake it real quick just to test it out.
Because, and look, I'll share. Oh, hang on, I probably don't have any vehicles charging or ready to charge. Let me just check to see if I've got any vehicles that need to be charged. I don't think I have. I have been driving them, so I have been playing around with them to work out certain things. But I think they're all charged.
I mean, I have, and plus I have it. It's already charged, so.
Yeah. So what the point I'm trying to make is, and I'm not saying this is definitely what's happening here, but this is what I think's happening is, if you've got 20,000 sparkler in your account not staked, and you go to your vehicle that needs charging, it'll show that you can add 20,000 to your vehicle. However, if you actually do that, it goes, no, your maximum staking amount is, and it does vary, like it might be 4,000, and it does vary. I think further up here, Boyden said, I don't know what car he's talking about, but he's saying his is 4,100. Each vehicle does have a maximum staking, and as far as I can tell, and I only own 4 vehicles, so I can't speak for every single vehicle in the game, and there's definitely a crap ton of vehicles in the game, what all those different limits are, and there's nowhere that I know that you can find that information. That's what I went into general to ask, and I basically got told to piss off that I'm trying to get information to win this race. And I figured Upland was a community of people trying to work together to figure this stuff out, but apparently
I think most people are, but there are definitely a couple sour grapes. I would
this
say.
person was a fairly well-known person who I've dealt with before, who I thought was a decent person, and I took offense to. I took offense to their comment, and I was a bit disappointed in their reaction. But anyway, it is what it is. So I can't speak for every vehicle in the game. I can only speak for the ones that I've got in my possession, and I've tested 3 out of the 4 of them. I haven't driven my utility truck, as I don't know what that's like. I haven't even bothered to consider using that for the race. I have tested S2 and S4, S2R. They're the vehicles I have in my possession that I can test. So, and I can tell you that they're all around the 4 spark level, give or take a tiny bit. But definitely nothing like 16. Now, I'm not saying that a truck doesn't have a 16 spark. I don't know, because I don't own one, and I haven't charged it. You have to drive it first, and then you have to obviously lose some charge on it, and then stake it, and then once
have you noticed any difference from what you could tell with the cars you tested out with the efficiency rating, if that makes any kind of difference?
Absolutely. I'll leave it at that. I won't expand on that.
Fair enough. I just was curious if that. Have you noticed any other statistical attributes that play an important part, without sharing too much of your secrets?
Again, all this is best guess. I tried to test it as much as I can over the last couple of days. We won't know until. I'll be very interested, assuming that I'm not in the top 5. I'll be very interested to see what cars do get in the top 5 and why they did, and I'll learn a lot from that. I think this race is all going to be about how fast your vehicle recharges. And if you haven't yet driven your vehicle and then tried to recharge your vehicle and understand that process, then you don't know what you're in for. Because whilst all cars seem to have a fairly similar range, When I say fairly similar, they do vary. So some are like 670 kilometers, some are 680, some might be more, some might be less. The recharging is very different for every vehicle. And
Maui's back. Look at that.
So
must have some kid stuff going on.
It'd be good to see if we could see all drivers on it. Yeah, so Boyden, Upland did say there is going to be a leaderboard. So if we look at the release, throughout the event, you can track your progress. So I assume that this is available for everyone to see everyone's progress on the holiday trip leaderboard, which shows players' current location, stay focused, and name. So I think you can see that. See, one of my first thoughts was, hang on, let's say we've got 500 people who want to get involved in this and participate. So they're all going to take off from Miami at 9 a.m. PT tomorrow and end up at Jacksonville. Now, in Jacksonville, there's 3 properties to land on to recharge. So my first thing is like, hang on, if you try and put a map asset on a location, so you do a swap with someone and put a map asset on a location, and then you put another map asset on that exact same spot, then there's an error with Upland and it crashes and it has all sorts of problems with it. So I'm thinking, hang on, what if 500 vehicles try and land on the same property at the same time and they overlap each other? Is that an issue? But then I thought about the South Lake Tahoe release. Everybody had to drive to South Lake Tahoe and they had 3 launch properties there. It wasn't an issue, was it? So clearly Upland have already figured that one out and dealt with that, whether they turn that overlap problem off or... Because I'm pretty sure you can't see the other vehicles. Because I thought, hang on, if I get to Jacksonville and I see all the S1s there first, obviously because they're faster cars, so they're going to get to that, at least that first leg first. Am I going to land there and go, oh, there's like 10 S1s already ahead of me or something like that, and they're already charging up, getting ready for the next leg? But Upland have this way of turning stuff off, so I'm willing to bet that I won't see, at any of these charging stations, I won't see another car. So I won't know if I'm first or last at a charging station from that point of view. However, the leaderboard may show us, when you tick off a box and you land at a certain spot, it'll show that you've just arrived at maybe Jacksonville or you've arrived at New Orleans or something like that. I don't know how the leaderboard's going to work. It'll be interesting. Just drove my vehicle from...
So how pissed will that guy be that starts at 8:59:59? Just pressing 1 second too fast.
Well, is there any leeway from Upland? I don't know.
That's an interesting question, though.
I mean, every computer's connected these days to the internet. The time we've seen from the city releases, your PC is pretty well timed. So I'll be waiting to see it tick over that 1 second, I guess, and then hit go, just to be on the safe side. But I don't think you want to wait 5-10 seconds. Just that could be the difference. I mean, only 5 people get to win, so 5 or 10 seconds might be all that it takes to be.
Yep.
If you're not first, you're last. I think so. I don't know. As much as I hate driving in the game now and how difficult it is and how I think they got it wrong, this race is kind of fun, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing how it pans out. And it does suit the grinder. So, and I've definitely proved over the years that I'm that. I treasure hunter for 2.5 years. Doesn't mean I'm not going to make a misstep because, like I said, there's 9 legs. So we got 9 legs and 8 recharges. So there's 17 actions that you need to be ready for in this road trip. And if you even miss one of those steps by 30 seconds, that makes you 30 seconds behind potentially the leaders. So even if you're the best car in the race, so you really got to be switched on for the full 19 hours. So it's going to be interesting. And again, like I said, I think I know which is the fastest car, but I may have missed something, and we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, like when I say I think Upland got it wrong with the staking of the vehicle, like in my head, if you're in Miami and you wanted to get Las Vegas, like obviously up until they brought the staking in, you could just click on that. It'll say it's going to take 14 hours to drive there, and you're like, happy days, go to bed, come back tomorrow, and your car would be in Las Vegas. I would have liked to have seen that system still, but if you're driving from Miami to Las Vegas and it goes, right, well, you're driving this far, it's going to cost you 17 spark to drive that far, and you've got to have that spark staked on your vehicle for that entire drive. So basically one click, the whole destination. However, if you're driving from Miami to New Orleans, well, that's less than half the distance. So instead of 17 spark, it might just be 8 spark that you need to stake to get to New Orleans. That's how I thought they were going to do it. It made a lot more sense to me. I think it would be... I don't think players themselves would go, yeah, that's fair enough. Like, it gives a utility to Spark. It doesn't make driving so hard, which it is now. Like, to get from, like, if you were going to Las Vegas to buy something and you're in Miami, are you driving there? If you wanted to go to a shop to pick up a structural ornament or a map asset, of course you're not. But you might if you could set it overnight and then come back the next day and buy your thing in the morning.
I did that all the time.
Before the 14-hour drive, but
that's what's happening.
But you got to figure that, Upland did that to keep other travel relevant, right? Because otherwise, why would anybody take planes or trains or any of the other stuff, right?
Yeah, okay, but if it costs you 17 Spark to drive from here to there for the entire time that it's driving, can every player in the game do that? How many people have 17 Sparks? So therefore, they might need to fly. So having maybe 17's an underestimate. Maybe it should be higher. I don't know. So yes, I agree with you that they do need to keep trains and planes relevant, and 100% think that's correct. But I don't think they did the right thing by cars and using Spark as utility. I think they've made cars harder. However, this road trip challenge I think is very interesting, and it'd be interesting to see if it does evolve, how it evolves, and whether they do change it up and change the range and charging and stuff like that on cars to, like I said, maybe handicap them so there's a set distance where they all would even out. Which I don't think is the case at the moment. I think the fastest car over a long distance at the moment would be the fastest car, whether it be 1,000 kilometers or 20,000 kilometers. I don't think it'll make any difference.
I'm curious why they chose Las Vegas to be the final destination. Any thoughts around that?
As opposed to San Fran or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, why not make it a full cross-country trip,
Yeah, San Fran being A, the full distance, and B, being and clearly they've been planning this for a while because they've been releasing these stations. In fact, this is my bugbear, right? So I'm normally, and most people that know me know that I'm pretty much based in Queens all the time. So I tried to do the right thing. I tried to drive my vehicle from Queens, so a little bit further north than here, all the way down. So the first leg for me was to go from Queens to DC. Easy enough, about 500 kilometers, not a big deal. Or 300 and something, I think it's 330 kilometers. Not a big deal. However, from DC, there is nothing in range for any vehicle to go further south. You actually have to go north to Detroit and then across to Cleveland and then across to Kansas City, and then you can link up with this down here. So you have to go backwards and probably add about, I don't know how many hours to your drive to drive your vehicle from Queens to Miami. And it was ridiculous. And I'm like, come on, Upland. Like, it's not like New York is like a insignificant city in the game of Upland. So there should have been, like, Charlotte or one of these cities up here, there should have been a charging station for people coming from the East Coast down to drive. You can't drive. Like I said, it's ridiculous to think that you have to go up and west to go south. Like, that's just ludicrous. So Upland, fix that. You need a charging station. I think Charlotte, I worked out, was about right.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put more charging stations in. I thought they were going to put them all over the place.
Well, they probably will in time.
Maybe I don't know why they wouldn't.
So I tried to do it right, and when I realized that I'd have to backtrack and go from DC up to Detroit and Cleveland and across, and so I went, nah, fuck that, and I just did a swap with Blue Rain to get my vehicle to where it needs to be, and we did a swap back. Look, Upland, we tried to do it the proper way. You made it too hard. It is what it is. We didn't cheat. We just used the system to our advantage. You certainly can't do that in the race. You can't just swap the car.
You're not trying.
Imagine if you could do that. Just swap the car from Miami to fucking New Orleans and then swap it. Anyway, I'm sure you can't. I'm sure the
teleportation.
Yeah. I'm sure Upland are well all over that. So, do we have any other questions about any of this? Like I said, I've spent basically 2 days researching it. Like I said, these maps are only a rough guide. Go do your own to work out which route is better. I can tell you now, I did it a little bit more accurately. The numbers are a bit closer than what these two figures show.
You've been talking about this for 2 days straight, which is pretty exciting.
I've been researching it, and like, I love this sort of challenge. I love because it's not about the fastest car or the best car winning the race or the most expensive car in Upland winning the race. It could be any car that's in Upland. Like I said, I think I've worked out which car it is, but I could be totally wrong. So this isn't about who's got the most money to win this one. This is about whoever plans ahead is most dedicated, ready to go. And the length of time is 19 hours. So basically, the whole planet gets screwed over with the time zone here, not just us in the Asian time zone. It's the whole planet. Like, what time does this start for you, Laban? If it's 9 a.m. PT.
That's like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, maybe. Isn't that?
So again, you'd have to stay up all night to do it.
Yeah.
Which is, leading up to Christmas with kids in the house, stuff like that. You're probably not going to do it. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the European time zone, the American time zone, which finishes 4 a.m. American time, or starts 4 a.m. Asian or Australian time, or the Asian time zone, give or take. So all three main time zones across the planet all get screwed over in this race, which is great because it evens out the playing field. So if you do your research, it's going to take a long time to complete this challenge. I estimate 19 hours, maybe slightly less.
I'm surprised that they didn't do a prize for everyone that actually completes. So you have, say, 24 or 48 hours to do it, and you get a prize. And the top 5 gets a better prize.
I was talking to Blue Rain about it before, and she was hoping that there'd be a badge for everybody that completes the race. And to be fair, that probably isn't the dumbest idea. Maybe there's 2 badges for the top 5, so they get the winner's badge or something like that, plus just a participation badge. And depending on how many people do it, if only 100 people complete the race, and let's maybe say give them 24 hours. If I think an Upland would have already done the math, they would already know. My time zone might be best. Yeah, I just have to get up at 4 a.m. to start, and then I'd stay awake all day. But yeah, it might actually be the best time. And I think my calculation was around 10 or 11 p.m. at night. So, not the worst. But yeah, Upland would already have done the math. They already know roughly how long this race is going to take. So if I'm right with 19 hours, then give them 24 hours to finish the race. And anyone that finishes within 24 hours does get the participation badge, which, let's face it, they gave everyone a badge for just rocking up to Bermuda. So why not give people a badge for actually participating in this? So
yeah, and they did something similar a couple of years ago, I guess, with the take all the transportations things.
Yeah,
like with the trains and the airplanes and everything. You got a badge for that if you visit every train station.
I don't know how I missed that challenge or missed that, but I see other people that badge and I'm like, damn, I'm not all that into getting badges, but I see that one and I'm like, damn, I wish I'd done that one.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
I don't even remember that one being a thing, but anyway, so yeah, I don't disagree with this. Anyone that completes this getting a badge, and then maybe a special badge for the top 5 winners, whoever they are. But they didn't announce that. Maybe they will. I don't know. I mean, Upland confused me at times. Like, you get a badge for going to Bermuda, but you don't get a badge for finding 10,000 treasures. You know what I mean? Like doing a treasure. Like, how's that not a treasure hunting badge? Like, if you find 10 spark in the old day or something like that, how's that not a badge? Like, that shows dedication to the game over a long period of time. That's not worth a badge, really? Like, seriously? If you found, it's competitive treasure hunts. Like, people that found 100 competitive treasure hunts. How's that not worth a badge? Or 1,000? Like, how? Anyway, but it will give you a badge for spending $7. It will give you a badge for just rocking up to Bermuda because you thought it was a joke. Yeah, I don't know. Upland.
Why would they give you a badge for stealing money from them? They're not gonna do that. They already gave you the sparklet.
Stealing money from them? When am I stealing?
I'm just making a joke, or being facetious. But you give them something, they give you a badge. You take from them, they're not going to give you a badge for taking from them.
Well, they're giving you a badge for this challenge if you're top 5, and you're also getting an airport property and 2 other properties. So the prizes, if I understand them correctly, are pretty fucking good for this run, which is what got my interest in the first place. And then I started looking into it, and I'll be honest, for the first day, I was on and off again. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'll do it. And then I'd say, no, I'm not doing it. I'd walk away. But my brain kept thinking about it and wouldn't switch off. So then I'd come back and research something else. And then I'd be like, nah, sorry, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. It's a pain in the ass. And then I'm like, no, but then I might, and then I thought the stock car might be a great option. And then I did some research on the stock car and went, okay, the stock car is not the option. Do not, and I'll give this advice freely, do not use a stock car to do this race. It will not win the race. So I've been on and off again for the last couple of days, but I think I've got it figured out now. And I think this is a challenge that anyone can participate in.
Yeah, agreed. I won't do it because I won't be able to, but it's my job.
Yeah.
If I could take my phone inside the fence with me, you bet your sweet ass I'd be doing this.
Well, and that's the commitment. Like, so for someone like me, again, like Happy said, you know, being a dink, I'm more of a single income, no kids. I can, and I've already spoken to the missus, and I've said, like, this is what I'm going to do from 4 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to have an alarm set at every half an hour to an hour and a half, whatever it is I need to do. And for 19 hours, I'm going to be dedicated to doing this to give it my best crack. Now, it might be the case that halfway through this, I realize that my car isn't the right car and I'm miles behind some leaders and it's pointless finishing it. But if not, like if I have got the right car, yes, but I do have that ability. I don't have a job I need to go to tomorrow, so I can set aside that time. And as Boyd Earn said earlier, maybe in this for the first time in a very long time, the Australian time zone is perfect for this race. Yeah, I've got to start at 4 a.m., but we're used to getting up at 4 a.m. and I have to do it again the next day for the city release anyway. So, and then it goes all day for me. So most of the races during the daytime for me. So it's actually almost the right time zone for me.
Yeah, you're like in the perfect spot for this.
Well, I would argue that
they're like, let's throw them a bone this time.
I would argue that the band and the Europeans probably have the worst time zone because they need to stay awake all night to do this.
Yeah,
the Americans only have to stay up till about 4 a.m., which in itself still sort of hurts. Again, this is assuming I've got the times right, which I may not. So I could be totally wrong. It might be a 6-hour race. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about this. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. OG Killer's asking if you have to have the same car.
Yeah, X1 clearly said in his video, you must start and finish with the same car. You can't have
you use multiple cars, though.
No,
you start like 3 different cars?
Same
vehicle from point A to point B and the whole way through. Which it makes sense. I mean, what's the point in having cars stacked up at each checkpoint? In fact, there's only really one checkpoint you can use anyway. I did mention about, if we go back to this one, if you went the New Orleans route, this trip from New Orleans to Dallas, where you could obviously own properties in both, is a little over I think it's about 720, 730 kilometers. I don't think there's a car in Upland that can do that. But if you can skip this stop, I can't remember which one it is now, and go straight to Dallas, and you can have a car sitting there waiting for you. Or you can go through Dallas anyway, I suppose, or Arlington, because Arlington's right next door, so you could use that as a stop. But yeah, Upland and X1 made it very clear that it must be the same car used from point A to point B and all the way through. So how they check that, I don't know, but I assume they do.
Know. I'm sure they know. I'm sure they have their back end ways.
Yeah, so again, Killer, I 100% agree. Anyone that completes this challenge, because it is a 19, even if it is right and it's 19 hours, give or take, anyone that completes that within a 24-hour period should get a badge. That's
100%.
It doesn't cost anything to give away a badge. There should be a participation badge, and then there should be a winner's badge. So potentially 2 badges for
just like that 70 races thing that they did with the stock car.
Right. That was a participation badge. It was an effort. Even if you didn't race, it was still an effort to register for 70 races. This is an effort.
So fucking long too.
To do the 9 legs, so 9 legs and 8 recharges, so 17 actions, all about 30 minutes to an hour and a half apart. It's going to be an effort.
Yeah.
I mean, at the minimum, do the top 50, people that complete, something like that, like they get a badge. I mean, everybody, I don't know. The whole participation badge, man, like, I just don't agree with it because it's like, especially now that the badges are supposed to mean something. If everybody just gets a badge, it's
they
like
stopped meaning something when they gave everyone who went to Bermuda a badge. At that point,
nobody knew if that was going to be real or not. You had to take a chance.
Yeah, you still had to take a chance and go. I mean, and you didn't know you were going to get a badge for going.
You didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But anyway, I think anyone that completed this challenge should get it. Same as like you talked about that transport one before with the planes and trains and automobiles or whatever. they gave a badge for anyone that completed that. They should have given. I think this one is a classic example of you do the 19 hours or whatever the whole trip, you deserve a badge. And in that time zone, like anyone could do it over a 3 or 4 day period, but to do it within the 19 hours or 24 hours, something like that, it's an effort. And I think, well done to anyone that does do it. And I think at very least they should have got a badge. Yeah, 100% agree. But maybe they will, maybe they won't.
What I think we should do? Anybody who's made it an hour and 46 minutes so far should have a chance to win a prize or several.
I just think you should give away a prize to everyone.
Should we?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you've got your tea baggers and your crumpus. I've got stacks of different structural ornaments that no one's buying. So, yeah, I'll give them away.
Let's give away some shit right now. So, look, Santa Claus has come to town. He's giving away some stuff. I got those things I'm going to give away because Santa's busy, and so he couldn't make it today. He's, preparing in the North Pole. Yeah, Vape knows what's up. He likes the...
Maui can give away one of her structural ornaments, and you can explain what it is, Maui, because the ninjas didn't do the best job of talking about it.
It's a really popular Norwegian pattern. It's called Mario.
You can share a screen if you want and explain, because obviously I didn't know what a spark was called. So obviously if you said spark to me, I'm thinking Upland and I'm thinking, the utility token. Share what a spark is and what your pattern is. So
yeah, well, that's the one.
Do you know how to screen share and show it off at the same time?
Yeah, I think Lavan can do it.
If not, I can do it for you. But
I don't have it. Just share it there, Swally. I don't have anything.
I'll do a screen share while you talk about it. So you go.
Well, I can't really take any credit for it because I think it was Lavan's idea and you designed it. So I'm just producing and selling.
Well, you designed it. I just helped bring it to life. Yeah. Again, like I said, I didn't know what the van said. I want a spark, and I'm like, but you can't have spark in Upland. They don't allow that. That's not what I'm talking about. So what am I doing? Assets. I actually don't have that many of them. I don't want map assets.
Maui, I'm still doing things with pen and paper because I forgot to go to that thing you sent me. I've been so busy, but I will be going to it. I just haven't done it yet. Gosh, what was I going to do?
I don't remember what it's called.
Let me just find it.
Oh, come on, Swarley. Get your shit together, man.
Go to the trio section in Granada Hills. It will be there in the...
Oh, of course.
Yeah, go to the trio section, man. What are you thinking?
That was much easier to do it this way, isn't it?
The trio and with the +1 adjacent trio.
This one here. Yeah, so that while we're here, Maui shop magical ornaments. So in Los Angeles, and this is you not collecting all your stuff, Mr. Slacko.
I'm working on it. I'm fucking busy, man. Every time I turn around, there's like 20 more things you guys have added to my queue of things I have to go pick up, and I just can't keep up. You guys are just too damn good.
Well, you need to pick up some of them on my shop as well.
I know.
Yeah, everyone making all this stuff for you, like you. All right, so the name of this structure, the structural ornament, you've called it the. How do you say this properly? I'm probably going to butcher it if I try.
It's Marius.
Marius. So that's a traditional pattern for Norway. You use that in all your jumpers and all different things, yeah?
Yeah, the blue one is the original, but we have expanded, so it comes in all different colors now. And we put it on everything.
When you say the blue one's the original, you mean the colors, not so much the
Yeah,
pattern.
the colors.
So you mean this?
Do you make those on ponchos?
Probably people knit it in gloves, jumpers, everything.
I want one. I want that design on a poncho.
They produce every kind of products with it, like food containers and playing cards and everything.
They even have it on spatulas.
Yeah.
On spatulas.
Specialist.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you come to Norway, you will see a lot of this in the tourist shop and a lot of trolls.
So you said the blue and the red's the original color. Do they still have all sorts of different colors in the shops? And
Yeah.
yeah, we need to work on getting you some more different variety colors. But we did it. Well, I did this one for Laban initially, and then apparently you borrowed it off. And then you asked me for a pink version, so we did. That was the one I just showed.
Yeah. He probably got tired of hearing me whining about not being able to do anything in Blender myself.
So that's all right. I mean, these aren't too hard to make. So obviously we made. So talk more about this. Well, what you call it a spark, yeah? On the top, the sled thing.
Yeah, it's a spark. We use it to get around in the winter. So we basically stand behind there, and we can have a passenger on.
So
There are even special seats for the children that you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that you can get, so they will sit safer.
Interesting.
So a kick sled, more like.
Oh.
You will stand on one of those and use
On
your
the rail?
feet to kick away.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So
All right,
like
you
I
guys need to send us a video of you guys on one of these. I want to see Laban kicking that thing, put Maui in the seat, and I want to see this. I want to see some action.
So you made the pink one Wonderland. Did you make the other one a different season? Or
No,
you
both of
made,
them are supposed to be Wonderland.
so I was wondering if we make different colors and have them as different seasons for you.
Yeah.
So we might work on that in the new year for you. But they're pretty cool. Obviously, I've seen the pattern before. I didn't know what the pattern was when I've seen it in the past, but now I do. So I've been educated myself, which was part of the. I love learning all this sort of stuff when I do it. So, yeah. So like I said, when the band first asked for a spark, I went, "Nope, Upland won't allow sparks." And he's like, "No, you're not understanding what I'm saying." So no, it's pretty cool. So I had fun making it. So have you had this made in game yet, the band? I did this
Yeah, it's producing as fast as it can right now. So I submitted it with the name the Norwegian Spark, and like 2 minutes after I submitted it, I got an email from Upland saying that nope, you can't use the word Spark.
Yeah.
So I had to rename it to Sled.
Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause I can understand because most people will be like me, thinking as soon as you hear the word Spark, especially in Upland, you're thinking the utility token, not this. So I can understand the confusion. So it's a bit disappointing that they don't let you call it what it's traditionally called, but anyway, it is what it is, I guess. So
Well, because Upland doesn't care about other cultures. All they care about is their IP.
well, they used to allow that because there's structural
I'm
elements in
just
there that are,
joking. I'm just joking.
so, but they've changed the rules over the years, so, and sometimes for a good reason. So,
Hey, since you're sharing, Swarley, can you go to?
There you go. You see the sparks there, Swarley?
yeah,
There you go.
Oh,
so we
nice.
made that as a standalone map asset, which I did these as a separate thing, so they've got a different texture than what the ones in the building have.
Fuck,
So
I need one of those, Laban. Why haven't I? I need one.
You can maybe win one today.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
got to there.
All right,
So I
I'm gonna put you down for a spark. Laban, MA.
What else? What else we got to plug here? So Volga's got his. I think most of you guys watching have probably already seen it, but we can show it again. So he's now got roughly 200 of these in his possession. So there's no reason for him not to give them away. So they didn't come out perfectly for me, but they're not too bad. So
No.
definitely a learning curve. So
We'll give away a couple of those today. Right meow. Well, actually, I need to shore up some other ones real quick before we jump into this. So, last week, what did we say we were giving away last week? Swarley, do you remember?
what we're giving away, I'll just say structural element from me of their choice. I think that's.
I don't remember. It was the Swarley's back one. It was the comments.
Yeah, so you had to put that in the video after it went on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember what we said the prize was, and I'm not watching 3 hours of video to figure it out. Whoever wins, so you got a list of names that did comment.
Yeah, I have a wheel right here. I'm going to spin it.
Assume there wouldn't be too many. Unless they argue, I'll say just pick whatever structural element you want. Tell me what you want and where you want to pick it up from, and I'll make it happen.
Okay, so let's do that one right now. So this is from last week's Neutral Zone #Swarley's Back challenge, and that winner is going to be. Who's it going to be? Fast Track, probably. All right, winner. All right.
I don't know. It's fast. I don't think Fast Track's here at the minute, so I'll have to try and. What's the in-game name? We'll have to try and work. We'll speak you after. We'll have to figure that out later and work out what prize to give them.
Yep.
So well done. So if you are watching this later or whatever, just hit me up. Send me a message. I'll probably forget because all I'm doing is moving map assets around and structural ornaments. So just remind me if I haven't done it.
All right. This one is for #Mayhem from the Mayhem Truck Series video. I need to shore that one up. I don't remember what it is I'm supposed to give away, but I'll look at the video and find out later. But I gotta find a winner, so we're gonna do that right now. And that's gonna be. Could it be Le Bandit? Ooh, it might be. It is.
Yeah.
Le Band, you fucking piece of shit.
Did I win a car?
I don't
I
know.
think it was a car.
I think it was William.
You want a JPEG of a car?
Yeah, I'll do a JPEG of a car. That sounds great. All right.
That's one.
Yep, I got you. Then we're gonna go to this other one here. Okay. So let's start spinning for this. So we got, I don't know, what do we got here? So LeBand's gonna give away a Spark. He already committed to that because he said I could potentially win it. So I'm gonna take that as a giveaway.
No problem.
Swarley, can you go look up the profile Santa Claus?
If I can win a Sparky, I'm going to enter.
Yeah, you better enter.
Give me a second. I'm going to enter this.
Make sure you get your hashtag in, and we're going to start spinning some things right here in a second. Swarley, you're going to give away a structure ornament, I'm assuming?
I'll give away. I'll give away as many as I need to, so everyone wins a prize. Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep giving shit away. I'll give away some teabaggers. I'll give away a Krampus, at least one. Everybody's winning tonight. Everybody. Tell your friends right now.
Please give me.
'Tis the season. Like I said, I even reached out to Santa Claus to give away some free shit for our, our stream.
Sorry, I'm a bit slow. I just caught up on that. What you were talking about now, Santa Claus joining us.
Yeah. The real Upland Santa Claus. I found him. And I said, Santa, I need some gifts for my giveaway. He says, ho, ho, ho. I've got you. Okay. You got it, Swarley? What's going on here? I'm gonna put you on blast.
What? Oh, sorry.
Look up.
I thought I stopped sharing, but
No, I want you to share. You son of a bitch.
What do you want me to share?
I want you to find the Santa Claus profile.
In Upland.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know there is a player called Santa.
I know there is because I was talking to him earlier. But I figured since you were already sharing that you could just keep going.
Oops. Search for player. Search players. Is it Santa Claus?
Yeah, Santa Claus.
No, that's not right.
No,
Not a big-
CLAUS.
I'll say that. I knew that weren't a visitor.
Yeah. Yeah, scroll down. Look at this. They're fully committed. How come the profile picture's not showing up? There it is.
Give it a
Oh
minute.
yeah, he's Santa.
That's fucking Santa right there.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so go
Almost
to
Colonel Sanders Santa.
go to their
Cottage Park. So,
assets. And actually, you know what? It might be better if you just go to their feed. I just want to find their properties where because he's got some shops all over the damn place. It might be in there. I was doing this all on my phone, so I haven't really looked at too much, but Santa's pretty active. Not gonna lie. Santa's
What am I
got some shops in let me see here. In Los Angeles.
well, is there if we close the feed down, is there what are the shops called? Are they Santa?
I think it's called Santa Decor, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's Santa's Decor, South Detroit, Tokyo, LAX, New York.
Geez,
Yeah, look at all
everywhere.
those. Santa doesn't fuck around.
It is his season.
It is the season.
Santa's
So anyway, click
hol-
on one of those and I'll tell you what we're going to give away. Santa has
Let's go
is
with
gonna
Queen.
give us- yeah, let's go to the Queen's one. Santa's going to give away a Santa cookie, a Mrs. Claus cookie, that one up there, I believe.
This is Mrs. Claus. Oh yeah.
Yep,
Christmas
one of those cookies we're going to give away.
which is a
And
Santa
then there's a Santa cookie right there.
dear one. Oh yeah, Santa one.
Those are cute as shit. Yep. And then an entire snowman bundle, or the whole set of snowmen. So those guys, there's a bunch of different colors of them.
Oh yeah, it's a blue, green.
You're gonna win them all.
Well, one person wins all of them.
One person's gonna win all of them, the full set.
Oh, that'll look cool in a prison. Just say,
Fucking yeah, it will.
line them all up. They could play soccer against the prisoners.
Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, there's a bunch of those. You're gonna win.
You have to get your pen and paper, Andy. That's pretty
It's
cool.
already ready. I've been working on it. What do you think I've been doing this whole time while you've been talking for 2 hours?
I don't know. Usually nothing. That's what you normally
Touche. Touche. All right.
Oh, you start doing
Yeah.
that. I was going to go and check. What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing. Nobody knows normally.
I was going to go check out the jail.
Oh yeah, the Supermax prison.
Where am I? There it is. I don't know my way around Hyde Park that well.
There it is. Just look for the big blue dot. Oh, what do we got
So
here?
Anyone that missed it last week? So this week, the ninjas, whose numbers increased this week, because obviously the fuzz had been working in Upland and locking up more of those criminal ninjas. So even though they lost a few the week before to the monster, they increased. So now this week they've got Christmas carols led by the ninja. Yes, they're not prisoners. These two, the ninja Santas. They're just
Mhm.
guests for the day. So every jail has people that come into the jail for the day and do certain things. So
Yeah.
we've got Christmas
Extra
carols
neat.
by the ninjas, backing vocals by the staff, with the ward and his generals by the side just watching. Even the dead couldn't resist, so they've come over to check out some of the action.
Nice. As
So,
they should.
so that's this week's little storyline. Is yep, Ninja's doing a bit of Christmas Carol, so you can see they're singing, the music's going. You've got this little dude with the jukebox providing the music while they're all singing along with it.
You've done a fine job, sir.
Yeah, it's not easy to actually get them all aligned sort of right across, 6 different properties, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that Santa token does look awesome. I wonder who made that. Some jackwagon probably.
Yeah, I can't remember where I got it from.
Yeah, I don't know either. Look at all those little teabaggers back there, just making sure nothing fucked up happens.
You got the teabags guard on this side. You've got the labourers ready to get to work on this side.
The laborers, yep.
You've got I think this is Jimmy Jester, was it? I know Trendy Prop that's created one of the new structures in Upland over here, so that looks pretty cool in the background. So it'd be nice to see the rest of it get built up.
Nice little cottage.
So I can tell you now, none of these properties will ever get sold. So what you see here, if Upland ever dies, these will go down with Upland. So I'd love to see this whole area get built up. We keep just expanding the jail and making it look even cooler, but I'm slowly starting to run out of ideas of what to do. So people got ideas. I need them. Help.
You should get a dedication badge, Swally. From Upland.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. I can't even
All right,
get
let's
a
start
team
spinning the wheel.
manager onto me. All right,
do
so
this.
I'll stop sharing.
All right, last chance. We got 11 entries. We're gonna start with Santa stuff, okay? And we'll start with the snowman bundle because I think there's like the most things in that. So you got about 10 seconds.
Can we try something? And I don't think this will work because I don't know that everybody that's entered is still with us. But if they are, do we give them a choice of which prize I want?
I guess.
And that way you can just that way if they've already got, say, the Crumpus, they might want to get Maui's structural ornament or one of my structural ornaments, or just to spread it about a bit, so they can have a bit of a choice. So that rewarding basically those that are still here, and if they're not, then they get what you allocate them. So maybe you say, all right, this person's getting this, or whatever they choose, if they're still current, they're still here.
Well, that seems like a lot of work.
No, you write the name next to the prize. It's not that hard. Oh, come on. All right. So if they're not here, they get the prize that you allocate them. But if they are here, they can choose that prize or any other prize, and then you just write their name down next to that prize. And it would mean that the next spin wheel goes to the prize that you would have allocated.
All right, I'll wait 10 seconds for somebody to respond. If they don't, they get what they get.
Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody else? Like,
All right, we'll give it a shot.
don't all answer at once.
We'll do it one time. Okay, so what I'll do then is the snowman bundle will be what I'm gonna shoot for, and then you can just pick whatever the fuck you want within
If I
10
win,
seconds.
I'm choosing the snowman bundle anyway.
Anyway, all right, well, fine. We'll throw some shit out there. We'll pick a winner, and we'll go from there. How about that?
You're right. Snowman bundle is up for grabs right now. Come
What's it
on.
gonna be?
Yeah.
Man,
Come on.
what do you want, you bitch?
I'll take a guess.
He goes, I don't always win. Yes, he does.
What do you want?
Take a big guess.
Snowman bundle.
Oh, yes.
Snowman
Yeah.
bundle, Laban.
Redraw.
Fucking rigged. Okay, we're gonna draw again, and this will be, I guess, whatever. Whatever.
No, you
I
got to
don't
name
know.
something because if they're not here, they get whatever you allocate them.
Then we'll do the Mrs. Claus cookie. Mrs. Claus cookie. Who's it gonna be? OG Killer wins the cookie, or whatever else you want. You could
And he's
have
active.
the
So he's
Santa
active,
cookie,
so-
you could have the Maris, you could have the Spark, you could have a Krampus structural ornament, you could have a Teabagger. What do you want, OG Killer?
9, 8, 7, 6. Miss a few.
OG Killer? I know you're still there. You want the Spark?
Ooh, that's cool. There you go. So there's a spark going. And just to clarify, it is not the in-game utility token. It is the sled type.
It's a sled.
Map
Don't get
asset.
excited.
Just to clarify. All right. So that means the cookie's still up for grabs. So spin again.
Cookie's still up for grabs. All right, here we go for the cookie. For the Mrs. Cookie. After this, I'm gonna go get me some Mrs. Cookie, if you know what I'm saying. Boydern!
Boydern's still here?
Boydern, do you want the cookie, the Mrs. Cookie, the Santa Cookie? You want a Krampus structural ornament? Do you want a Swarly structural ornament of your choice? You want a Maris? You want a Teabagger?
You want
Who wants a
cookie?
cookie? Which
All right,
one?
so we'll assume again the Santa one, then the one you said.
You want the Mrs. Claus or the Mr. Claus? I'm gonna write it down. All right, I'm writing it down as Mrs. Claus. Boydern.
The one available.
All right.
Okay, done.
Okay, all right. You got the female one. This is
next
for
prize.
the Santa cookie. Who's it gonna be? Trees. Trees, are you still with us? Are you still hanging out on stream?
I haven't seen a comment for a while, so maybe not. So maybe that's the cookie going to trees.
It might be. Could be getting some Santa cookie action. Trees. All right.
That's
haven't
right. We'll
seen
start
any-
the next one anyway, so we can always.
Yeah. All right. Next one, we're gonna go with. Let me write this down. Fuck it. We'll go with the Krampus structural ornament. Who's it gonna be? This is Jar Rashad. Fast track. Jar Rashad.
Awesome.
I don't think Fast Track is still with us. So I'm gonna move on.
Move on. Draw again.
This one's gonna be for the Swarly structural ornament. Levan, are you selling those sparks and how much are they?
I think I've listed a few, but I don't remember what I listed them for.
Go list one for me for whatever price seems fair to you. Maui, what structural ornament do you want from Mr. Swarly here?
And where from?
I'm not sure. I can send them a text later.
Yeah, just remind me because I will forget. So yeah, just tell me later what you want and where you want to pick it up from.
All right, I wrote your
I
name
assume-
down.
I assume LA, but I might be wrong.
Make him wrong. All right, Maui. Since you won, we're gonna give away one of your Maris pink ones. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Excellent. Who's it gonna be this time? Scory 23.
Nice.
I don't think Scory's still with us. Well, maybe. He was there 10 minutes ago. Scory, are you still hanging out with us? I'm assuming he's going to want this structural ornament because he's got
I
like
don't-
3 teabaggers.
Yeah, and pretty much every other one that we give away. So
Yeah.
I don't think you would have the Marius yet. So this might be. What's the options? Yeah, that's a fair call. What's still left on up for grabs?
Well, We got a teabagger. Well, we got 4 more entries, so I can give away another Krampus, a teabagger. You could probably give away some more structural ornaments.
You can give away a guard tower if you want to.
A guard tower, excellent. All right, Square, I got you down for the structural ornament. All right, we'll go with the guard tower.
He wants the Krampus one.
Oh, you want a Krampus one? Got it. So that means the Maris one is still up for grabbies.
So spin again.
Spin again.
Maybe I'll win it and we can just do a swap.
We maybe all win it and we can do a swap. Vape. Hi, guy. Went to bed.
All right, so Vape's got the.
Vape's got it. Okay, and we got 3 more. I think one of them's you, one of them's me, and then one of them's I don't know who else. Happy, did you jump in on this or what, bro?
Oh man, you know what? If I try to join the chat, it's gonna kick me off. So
all right, if it lands on me, it's you.
All good.
Oh, Vape,
All right.
Ninja is dead? Keith, KO Ninja's in now? All right, look, hashtag time zone trio.
Is it too late for him?
Oh,
Like for you to be on the draw. Like obviously happy to give him away, but is it too late for you to add it to the entry? Just everyone gets a prize anyway, so
just put it in there.
KO, just tell me what you want. I'll Shim, you're in LA, so which structural ornament do you want from me? And I'll list it for.
I'll just re-enter.
Can you re-enter? Can you?
I don't know.
Why not? Try it.
Didn't.
KO, put in hashtag time zone trio +2. Vape, what do you want? Do you want the Maris? I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Close enough, probably. Structural ornament. Do you want some other structural ornament from Swarley? Do you want a teabagger? Do you want a guard tower? What do you want? It's player's choice tonight. I want to win again. Okay.
I don't think Wape is here.
You don't think who's here?
Wape, hi guy. Where is he?
Or an email. Email.
Well, I'm glad you're awake. It's like 3 a.m. for.
Well, he's in Miami, I think, at the moment, or somewhere down that way. From
Yeah.
what I saw in the stream.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
In
No, he wants to marry Marius.
Vape, you got it. All right. Next giveaway. Kale, you need to put it in. Put this thing up.
That's right, KO. The cool kids are hanging out, and we've even got Maui on board. How cool is that?
I
Don't get
know.
any cooler than that.
The elusive Maui.
You couldn't do that, could you? No.
Poor guy.
I know.
We don't hold a candle to their stream. I know that much. I'm not going to try and say we do. They're way
No,
more
we
organised
don't.
and professional than what we are.
You can barely carry their jock strap.
So who's left that hasn't got a prize? Obviously, you and I don't really count. I know I'm in there.
All right.
So
I don't know. We're going to give away a teabagger potentially next. Blue Devil 0830.
all right. So what's left? Blue Devils still current in chat, are you? So if you are, you can choose what you want. What's left to choose from?
We got a guard tower. We've got whatever one of your structural ornaments, or we got a teabagger. Or we could do another Krampus structural ornament. I don't care.
I'm just trying to see when Blue Devil last commented in chat, which I think was some time ago. So it might not be current. So you need to just allocate the prize, and we'll work it out with them later.
All right, I'm going to give him a teabagger.
Teabagger it is. Oh, at least that didn't go to KO.
I think he has one where he sold it or something. Or he tried to give it away. I don't know. Maybe that was SC. It's hard to say. All right. Next, We got well, I think we just got KO left. How about we just do KO? What do you want?
Well, I said I'll give a structural ornament, so
Well, we could do a guard tower. He could do a teabagger. He could do a Krampus, or he could do whatever one of your structural ornaments he wants. KO, it's viewer's choice. Make your decision now. Just
KO.
two dummies.
I would say your stream at the moment is probably the most organized stream going on at the minute.
Yeah, even when it's not on, it's probably more organized than what we got going on.
Oh, we are very much not organized.
But that's by choice. We actively choose not to be organized.
I would argue that Ben would give you a run for the money with how organized, because he used to put a lot of work behind the scenes to get those shows ready and be quite structured and organized. But since he's not doing shows anymore, there's no competition there. So
Nope.
I would argue that the Ninjas are right up there with any other show out there. So what prize? Anyway, we've asked 3 times. What prize do you want, Theo?
Tell us what you want to win. You see, Swarty, this is what's so damn difficult when you made me do it this weird way. This is your fault. This is all fucked up.
It's been easy except for KO. Thank you.
You know, that kind of goes along with something I learned this last couple of weeks with Christmas and everything, man. Like, you never ask somebody, what do you want for Christmas, or what kind of present should I give you?
Yeah.
You just fucking give them a present.
That's what I'm saying. You just be happy with what you get.
Yeah. You know, just give them a present. If you know the person well enough, you'll give them something they like.
Maybe that's how they do things in Australia. Just all weird back ass words.
Happy? What structural ornament do you want from me? Everyone gets a prize, so so you're included.
Who wants a guard tower?
You want the Krampus one?
Yeah.
Well, I can make that happen. I can unallocate one from that hasn't been collected by. Where are you at? Where's your shop? Are you in San Fran at the minute?
I'm in Bronx, so if you got a shop in Queens, that works easy.
Yeah, I'll put one in Queens for you. I'll have to move it and unlist it from Slacko, but I can do that. So yeah, Ben was super organized. I'm a little bit sad that he's not doing. I totally understand why he's stepping back, but I'm a little bit sad that he's not doing, because I thought his show was arguably one of the best, if not the best, in Upland at the minute. Up there with the Ninjas, obviously, but
yeah, they do a real good job. Level up tag, guard tower. You got one.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do this for Happy before I forget.
Never. Okay. Did we give everybody something? I think so. I think we've satisfied all of our viewers. I think.
Yeah, so if you didn't get something, speak up now so we can sort you out.
That's right.
Anybody?
Tis the season for all the givings. I haven't
Did Dopus crew win anything? He was here in the start.
JP, did he? What do you think? Did he?
He was on the spin wheel.
JP.
He was on something I saw.
He was on a different spin wheel. Did he put the hashtag in?
Probably not.
No, he did not. But he was in here.
Everyone gets a prize. That was the rule. So,
yeah,
if need be, reach out to him, ask him what he wants, and I can organise a
okay
structural ornament if need be.
All right, I'll just write him down for that. JP gets one. Okay. Anything else we need to do before we get off of here for tonight and before Christmas?
Level up tech. I can do coins for you. That was a guard tower in Queens. I'll sort that out. I have a couple that I'm just got in storage at the minute, so I'll leave that with me.
Ruble Max, don't forget.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, I don't want to ask because I know I ask every single bloody week. I'm like, what was it again?
Every single week, you pretty much ask.
I never. I don't know why I can't remember. It's poor form, Dave. Poor form.
Unacceptable. All right, what do you guys got planned before we go for the holidays? Happy, what do you got going on?
I'm just going to be sticking around here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Probably do a big Christmas dinner with my brother and my wife's family, and be nice and mellow. I got to work most of the week, so the one nice thing about working Christmas week is you're really not working. It's a lot of just, fucking off. So it'll be mellow.
Yeah, love that. That wasn't
Marlon,
the case.
what do you got
with the
going on?
Colts, but I do love that. IRL, not a lot. It's just going to be the missus and I because we're pretty much in an empty house. We have like a bed and a fridge, and that's about it left to our name almost. So we did a bit of Christmas shopping today. So it's just going to be the two of us hanging out doing fuck all. In Upland terms, the next 24 hours to 36 hours or so is going to be quite busy with the race, followed by the registration and sale of the bundles, followed by the release of the city. So yeah, the next 24 hours or so is going to be pretty busy Upland way. So, and then I'll probably, after that's done, so once the city release is finished, which will only be like 4:03 a.m. Then I'll probably step back from Upland for a couple of days. I probably won't do any more moving. I mean, any spare time I've had, I've just been moving map assets and structural elements around, which I'm over. We do need to start getting some more people on the fences and getting them allocated. I haven't had any sent out recently, so we probably need to get some people that are on board and want to do that squared away. So I've got a lot of fences now built up stock-wise. So I don't know how. I know you've been pretty busy yourself, Elslack, but whether you've reached out to people and got anyone else, any other names for me to?
Not yet. I will after this busy holiday stuff. I'll get back after it.
Yeah, even if you just give me their names and I'll reach out to them directly if they're interested. But Caesar's been I've been working with him the last couple of weeks, but he's obviously been busy IRL, so he hasn't done a lot in terms. He's got, I think, 9 or 11 properties that he was trying to sort out. So I've got a lot of stuff in the shop allocated to him. So I was trying to get him sorted before I moved on to the next person. But he seems to be just too busy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So we do need to work on that, but probably wait till after Christmas. But we want to get that on top of before the end of January when we start giving away the prizes. Because that will be kicking off the competition and giving away weekly prizes, including... so we talked briefly about the tier 2 properties around the Granada Hills track. So the properties inside and touching on the outside. So there'll be prizes for them weekly, and there'll also be prizes for the track owners who put their fences up. So if you haven't already done it, get onto me or get onto Elslack and get sorted, and we'll get you done.
All right. And we'll talk more about that here real soon. Sorry, I had some chocolate go down the wrong way. What's up, Michael Kohler? LeBan and Maurer, what do you guys got going on for this holiday? Mostly family stuff?
Yeah.
But to finish decorating and maybe we'll pop out and shoot that sled video you wanted.
Yes. I need that.
I want to see Maui pushing LeBan on the sled.
I don't think that's possible.
Anything's possible if you have the Christmas spirit. And clearly Maui does. I mean, you don't, but Maui does.
You should be happy he's here at all.
Fair enough.
It was not easy to get up.
That's not what I heard. Anyway, well, I'm glad you guys made it. It's been fun getting to hang out with Silent LeBan and Maui. I'm just happy to have a.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, what am I doing? I work every day, and then on Christmas Day I have the day off, but I have to take over I have to be on call, so potentially I could go back to work and deal with criminals. But hopefully, spend time with the family. Wake up in the morning, open presents with my kids. My wife's family comes over, and then we host Christmas Day at my house. And if it gets too crazy, I'll drive to work and escape. But it should be fine.
No matter what, you get holiday pay if you got to work, right?
Yeah, I make a lot of money when I work on holidays. But while I'm on call,
Yeah,
I get
bet
like,
it's probably
even if I don't work, I get paid while I'm on call. So that's fun.
nice.
Yeah. I get paid while I sleep sometimes. Yeah, escape into prison. That's what I do sometimes. Sometimes I'd rather go to jail than spend time with my in-laws.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Fucked up as that is. But anyway, that's what I got going on. So it'll be fun. I love Christmas. My wife loves Christmas. My kids love it. We'll have a good time. So
Nice.
anyway, well, I hope all of you guys have a very Merry Christmas and you get to do all kinds of fun stuff. Everything goes well for you in your own special little ways.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody in Upland.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Fantastic to see Maui and Laban on the stream as well, and welcome back, Happy.
Yeah. How do you say Merry Christmas in Norwegian?
That was
God
too,
jul.
that was too fast for me. I didn't catch that.
I know. Good God, Jewel.
Good jewel.
Okay, love it. Well,
That's-
all that, all
Short and
the
sweet, I love it.
that, yeah, it's super fast and easy.
All right, well, have a very Merry Christmas, everyone. Anyone participating in the race tomorrow, good luck. Hope to see you at the finish line. Not in front of me, but hopefully see you there. Probably will. Everyone will beat me, but yeah, it'll be an experience. At least, yeah, it'll be fun. I have no idea.
The same to you, Mr. Kohler.
That's right.
Yeah, if you're being nice. I'm assuming that's like a very Merry Christmas or something like that.
I'm assuming so.
I'm trying to work out
Oh,
the language. Is it? I don't even want to guess.
if I had to guess, I'm guessing German.
I was gonna say German, but I didn't want to guess. At least I'm with you on that one. Did we end up getting our prize in the end? Oh yeah, we did the structural.
Yeah.
Tower. So have you got a tower in that you can give him? Yeah, you can do that, can't you? Sweet. In LA. Awesome.
Probably.
All right. Everyone got a
All right,
prize.
everybody,
Everyone
I
happy.
gotta go to sleep. I gotta wake up early in the morning, go to a meeting, and then do Christmas party shit at work. I gotta make sure the sex offenders have a nice holiday.
No, yeah. I'm
All
sure
right,
the
but-
prune will be flowing like water over there.
Yeah, as long as they don't have sex with each other, it's a win.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right,
Perfect.
see you guys later. Merry Christmas.
Good night.